You what?
This is not up for debate.
Julio?
Yeah. What is it about?
You just go around like you fucking literally just go around the fucking course, and you just have to like destroy the fucking like wherever you're at. So like you start as like the small hole.
It's like holes.
Yeah, and then like there's other motherfucker players, and like you get bigger, and the bigger you get, the more shit you can consume. It's a real American game.
What? It doesn't look like it.
And yeah, so you just get bigger and bigger, and you just go around.
The
fucking
hole
shit up.
gets bigger, so you're just basically trying.
Yeah,
to
consumerism, bro. That is fucking
that is
finest.
American.
That is fucking
That
finest,
is
man.
That is
And you just
American.
go around fucking shit up, yo. The bigger you get.
Just like your arteries get clogged?
Yeah.
So
like,
can somebody consume you?
yeah, you can eat other motherfuckers. It's real American shit, yo. Hold on, watch. Let me find a motherfucker right now. So I'm the king right now. So I'm the biggest motherfucker out here. Fuck all you little bitches.
Yo, it just
Right there, right?
Damn,
So you go over like
I just
a little
ate that.
dude.
I just killed him.
Damn, who knew you could say so much by saying so little?
So you just go over like little people.
Yeah, yo. And
Are
then
you
just
trying to eat a fucking...
a building, nigga.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was an air conditioner.
No, it's a fucking building.
Yo,
There's
this
a
shit
giant
is
ass
wild.
robot walking around about to eat that
No,
motherfucker.
don't download this game.
Nah, I don't
There he
do
is,
games. I
there he
don't do
is.
games on the phone, but there is
Got that nigga.
There is a game I do think I may download.
What?
They have a Game of Thrones game up there now, like a Conquer and Quest type.
Those games
game.
I feel like are kind of hard.
Too cheesy.
I don't know. It just seems.
It just seemed hard to me.
To me,
like,
it just seemed like perfect timing because that's like all I've been watching for like the last 2 weeks is like revisiting Game of Thrones and like dissecting every episode.
Die, bitches.
This nigga is like
Robot.
This Brandon.
Look at this big ass building.
And
I'm not big enough. All right, well, you eat that
Okay,
building
I
now?
get it.
And just fucking kill him.
I'll download this today. Y'all get y'all Mega Millions tickets?
Yo, yeah.
yeah, I actually bought. I got 5 quick picks, and I picked my own numbers. I didn't check my last tickets, but because it's up to $1 billion, I figured I didn't win last time.
Yeah.
And I played on Tuesday when it was like 6 something.
Uh-huh.
Yo, $1 billion is crazy.
That is,
I don't know if I want that stress.
that's
to come
way
with
too
that
much
shit,
money.
though.
I tweeted
Yeah,
earlier
man.
today, like
I don't know if I'd want that.
I'm
the stress
giving
that.
a lot of that shit
Yeah.
away. Like I would probably give if you my friend, you getting 100 stacks easy. Like
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
You gotta somehow not tell your family when you get that shit.
Just my family.
Yeah, you like don't.
I feel like this nigga would tell his family on purpose.
Oh my
Like,
god,
that would be something that he'll go out his way.
if you're gonna
I
run
would
into
figure out a
it,
troll.
yeah.
I would figure out a troll. Like I would have like Jamar walk up to their door and hand them a letter.
Of like eviction. I just bought this house, bitch.
Yeah. Now I went by.
I was gonna say an eviction for my life.
That's what makes winning all that money scary for me because for me personally, there's not a lot I want in this world. Like,
do we want to save this? I think we can talk about this lottery shit, right?
We can talk
about
about
it,
it.
yeah.
All right, fuck it.
Like, you know
we're
what I'm
recording. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we recorded.
All right.
Oh shit, you didn't know? So you
No,
just said all that game shit.
It was recorded all the time.
I get it. I play Bejeweled still on my phone,
Like,
so I'm
dude,
not
I just-
knocking. I'm not knocking you for the type of game you were playing. I still play Bejeweled.
I just admitted to having an
I'm
addiction.
one of them.
though.
That's
dude,
not,
I just ate a
listen,
building.
nobody's worse than me with games because I actually have moments of when I lose, how would you say it? Like all sorts of consciousness and like I would actually buy more points and coins.
You get coin to that shit.
Yeah,
I did that for Pokemon Go.
I was the guy that spent $100 on what is it?
You told me that.
Yeah, I told you that before. When I was addicted to what's the game? The mobile war. Or
Did
whatever.
you have to take that shit off your phone? You said.
The shit with I had to because I was I spent $100 multiple times in a month because I wanted to be level. I wanted to be
That's a
level.
trip to the casino for me, bro.
I wanted to be level 200 just so I could beat other people. Because it was the fucking mobile
The
war.
drive is there,
Yeah, the one
man.
with Arnold Schwarzenegger, the shit that he was. So I had to delete the game.
Mobile Strike Force?
Mobile
Yeah,
Strike.
yeah.
Yeah, I fucked up. I spent a couple of stacks on that shit.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how they come. They always
They
number
get
one.
you, yo.
They get a lot of niggas, yo.
They get you,
So I had
man.
to
If you wanted
delete
to
that.
spend that, your fucking VC on 2K should be crazy.
I do. I'm the nigga that starts out the gate with like these 300,000 VC on it. Like my player in 2 days is already like 89. Like they're like, yo, how is this player 89? It just and then I don't play for months. So let me tell you a story before we move on to this Mega Million shit. I just started playing. I played 2K for the first time since the week it came out last night. I was able to play. My player is still 89. But I was able to play last night because I put my son on punishment. That's how I have to play video games. And we literally have 2 PlayStations in the house now. We have 2 PlayStation 4s.
You have your own and he has his?
But it doesn't matter because one has all the real games on it.
Okay,
so you can't share the games at the same time. You can have, and plus, like, one has, so he could play in his room. He could play, like, Fortnite and a lot of the games that are, like, online and download. Yeah. But he can't play the shit that was purchased. So, like, I don't want to play in his room.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
That's weird.
You sit on his bed.
I do. Like, but the funny thing is, I sit on
Move over.
Yeah, like, he's sleeping on punishment, and I'm playing fucking 2K.
That should be very quiet.
Like, 11 o'clock at night and shit.
My mom used to do that shit, because she was heavy into, like, believe it or not, she does, like, Tetris and this and that.
Dr. Mario?
Yeah, she used to sit on my bed and fucking play this shit all fucking night. I would wake up and she's playing this shit.
Go to sleep.
So I used to I finally played last night and I was like playing my player and shit like that. And like I didn't realize like it's been a month, so everybody's like caught up. Everybody's like 92.
It's like, oh shit, niggas on my
heels.
heels.
Out there moving. Yo, they out there shaking and shit like that. It's crazy. But these video games is crazy because you spend a lot of money on the coins. That's where they make the money. Mm-hmm. Especially for like Fortnite. Fortnite's free, but it's like the number one game.
Fortnite's killing it, yeah.
Because the kids buy the fucking V-Bucks. And like my son buys the V-Bucks all the time. Like he'll do like little chores and we'll give him money for it. Uh-huh. But he'll spend like $50 on a V-Bucks. It's like you're buying money to spend on a fucking fake thing. Like he don't care about anything else.
There's a kid that I work with that got his parents for like $500.
Sheesh.
Like, and I don't know if he knowingly did it or unknowingly did it, but he was playing that Fortnite, and he was like, I remember because he would like tell me about how he was getting all these new skins and shit like that.
Yeah.
And, and I don't know, I'm still learning about Fortnite. You know what I'm saying? So like he's telling, I'm just like, oh yo, that's crazy. You got all this stuff. And then his mom told me one day, and she was like, "Yeah, he like maxed out one of our credit cards with the Fortnite." I was like, "It all makes sense." I was like, "This
that's
is wild."
Capital One.
Yeah, it's nasty that grown adults have a $500 cap. They got that $500 cap, yo. That shit is crazy.
Capital One's the only credit card with a $500 limit.
Yeah. Now I got a cap one. I got it like.
Yeah, I got one too.
Back in the day, it was like $500 when I first got it, but this shit's up there now.
Oh,
but
shit.
yeah, but back in the day, yeah, it started out with $500. But I had it for like 15 years. That's why I never got rid of it. But for them to say that they capped out already off of V-Bucks is nasty. Yo, you got
times are tough for some people, man.
If that was to happen to me, I would have took my son to the local grocery store, walked down the cereal aisle. I said, "All right, what's your favorite cereal?" "Oh, I like Frosted Flakes." "Oh, do you? Huh? That's your dinner for the next month."
Yo,
you better love that
kids
shit.
Don't understand like the like. It's not like the money aspect, but the currency part. You know what I'm saying? Like how things are exchanged for currency. So they just don't understand that. It's like they see the V-Bucks, and I was like, for you, that's currency. So I try to explain to them that way. Like how you feel like that's important for you to buy these skins or these pieces of weapons or whatever you buy. Like that's real life for us.
Yeah,
so that you got to translate that currency into like me buying oil. Food,
all the other shit, luxuries that you have that make
electricity,
you
so you can play this. Yeah, I was like, so transfer that currency over there. Like me working is to get that currency to get that because they don't really value money the same way we do yet. Not at that age, they'll get there.
A crazy like fucked up world if you kind of look at it that way. That like as a parent, you're working to a degree to like pay for your child's.
I mean, that's life though. You're like,
but in a way where like it's so like separate from each other, where it's like you got the work for your parents happening, and you get your fucking kid in your room online with a fucking
whoever.
Like that.
I mean, in a sense, we kind of used to do it to our parents because, like, remember like the PlayStation 2 and Xbox.
I didn't have online. Like I didn't really have online until I got like
I was
360. Yeah,
I played like I had online. Like I played Madden on PlayStation 2. Like that was
Yeah,
my
nah,
introduction.
I had
to-
Sega
I was
Saturn
a
and-
full-blown adult on my own when online was a thing.
Yeah, because I had Sega Saturn when I was in high
Well,
school, but that shit had terrible. Like it was like the whole internet shit was like video gaming was still like new, so it wasn't like what it is now. But I never fucked with it
Well, I
because it was
still,
extra
like,
money and shit.
I was still like in middle school going into high school when the PlayStation 2 came out. I was like the first kid in my town with one. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like once that wave started, like I used to drive up my mom's phone bill. Remember like how the internet was through
When the
like
dial-up?
Dial-up.
Yeah, the dial-up and shit. And I used to like kill my mom's every game of Madden and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, you're right. I can see it.
I
when
mean,
you're
I don't want to
paying.
like go down another fucking rabbit hole, but just like segue over. Can you imagine like the way music comes out now? Trying to listen to music with dial-up, because dial-up it used to
Oh,
take
yeah.
a day. It used
God,
to take
yo.
a full fucking day to
It would
download
take a
one
week
song.
to download 1 5-minute porno
LimeWire.
clip.
Exactly. And
It
then
would,
the
yo.
porno clip will come out. You'll download the porno clip, open it up, and it's some other shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't even
Or
shit.
the
'cause
shit's
the name
mad
was-
small, and you're just like, what the fuck, man?
It took you a fucking week to get that. It was 300 megs. It took you a whole fucking week. Yo, like, to get a song from Napster or any of this shit back in the day used to take you a full-fledged day. Like, you would start downloading before you go to school just to come home to listen to the new freestyle.
And like for someone like me, when I stumbled upon like Napster and shit, like I went crazy. I was just screaming everything. I was like, ooh, click that, ooh, click that, ooh.
And it would take hours.
Yeah, my shit would be all
Days.
fucked up. Or yeah, it was bad, man.
It ties
Different
your phone,
world, man.
ties
Different
your
fucking
phone
world.
lines up, everything. But yeah, these games are crazy now for the kids because it's like everything is accessible. And I mean, even music. I mean, we click on songs, streaming it. Like nobody buys albums anymore. Nobody's downloading music. You could, but even a download takes
What's the point?
seconds.
Well, what's the point when you have something like Apple Music and you can just fucking get the album? Like,
Yeah, for half the price of what you pay for an album.
yeah, and I got that college discount on my Apple ID, on my Apple Music.
You have what?
College ID,
Me too.
$4.99.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, you
I've
can't
been
go
doing that
wrong with
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like re-stumbled upon my college like email address.
Man, listen, I've been doing it too. I've been running that scheme for a while. People always ask me, it's like, you pay for Tidal and fucking Apple? I was like, I
Oh,
probably
you
still
paying
pay
$10 for
I still
both,
probably
yeah.
pay less than you. Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's still worth it. Like,
Yeah.
yo, you have access to millions.
Yeah,
of songs.
you really do.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Think about it. $10 a month. That's like what, $120 a year. You know what I'm saying? That's like buying 10 years ago. That's buying 10 CDs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I pulled the scam on the Columbia Records when you buy get 8 albums for
Me
like,
too.
For
I
a
pulled a
penny
scheme
a
on-
fucking CD.
I pulled a scam on them niggas multiple times with different names. Shout out to my brother. I use whatever name I could get my hands
Fucked
on.
up your brother's credit to you.
Nigga just hit a Eureka now. Like, what the fuck? Fuck
Sorry,
yeah,
you already have an
fuck yeah.
active account. Like, what?
Yeah, exactly, man. I was back there. That's how I got my CDs, man. I got some good CDs over there. Equipment Eye. You know what I'm saying? A lot of
I had the
Lamissy.
Mace. Yeah, I got like everything Bad Boy.
Yeah, Mace. I got
Everybody
Mace.
had a
I got-
hustle, man.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I couldn't believe that was actually a real thing, though.
What?
Like, they would let you, like, they knew mad people was gonna do that penny thing.
That was true.
They do that.
Really, how? I mean, I'm sure it's expensive to make a CD. It was expensive to make a CD.
it
It wasn't,
was-
No,
right?
like
CDs
40.
was cheaper to make than tapes.
Yeah, it
Shit,
had to
so
be
they were
like
just fucking
45
giving it away.
They was cleaning up. Damn, man, can't even put up another picture.
Yeah, she came low key hot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like under the radar hot.
Nah,
like,
she's dope, yo. I fuck with her.
Yeah.
Little dorky ass. I'm telling you, I'll take her out to old Red Lobster.
Red Lobster action.
Little Red Lobster.
Olive Garden.
Yeah, little
Bonefish Grill.
You go to the South.
Yo, fuck Bonefish Grill. I don't really fuck with Bonefish
asked
Grill.
me like every week to take her.
I
there.
hate when
That's
people
my
ask
mom
me.
too. My mom loved them bang bang shrimp. Fuck bone shrimp.
I'll be like, babe, I'm hungry. Let's go out to eat dinner. Let's go to Bonefish. Nah, I'm not hungry. I'm good. I'll just eat some cereal.
damn, is that bad?
It's not. What the fuck? I don't know. I
I
just
haven't
don't.
been there in years.
It's just fish.
I don't go to
never ate there
I don't
before.
Like they
go
I'm
don't
not
even
a
have
fish
like
guy,
shrimp
so-
or anything. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not a
bang
fish
shrimp.
guy, so I have no incentive.
Yeah, you're not missing.
The only
nothing.
incentive I have to go there is because my mom wants to go there.
Yeah, exactly. That's my mom.
Do they
She
serve-
thinks
do
that's
they
like
serve chicken.
that's like going upscale.
That's
to her.
fancy. All right,
Yeah,
all right.
fancy
Let
her.
them have that.
I do. I don't do chain restaurants. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's my mom's. Like, she looks at Bonefish Grill and she was like, "All right, man, we doing it big." I
We
took
in
her-
here. We in here.
Yeah, we in here. We really came up. You know,
Like
we
my mom's
moving on
eyes,
up.
like my mom's eyes gleam, like because I'd like to stop in on her, like when I get like done off of work early and shit, and like there's a Fridays like or is it Fridays or Applebee's? Right, like
By Maris?
Yeah, by
Yeah, Applebee's.
Yeah,
I just remember yesterday. I was like, they're still
lives,
open?
like right down the road from there. You know what I'm saying? So like whenever I get off work and shit, like I might stop by her house. It might be noon or some shit. She'd be like, "Are you ate yet?" I was like, "Nah, I just got over it." How about you treat me to some Applebee's? I'm like,
yeah, they got good deals though, man. Get in front, they got good deals.
Yeah, she doesn't go places. So like the way she like her eyes gleam is like when I was a kid. She used to be like, "We're going to McDonald's." I like to flip on that. So
While we're I guess still having light talk, I don't know how dark we're gonna get tonight. But shout out to Toys R Us for playing motherfuckers.
Oh, they hit the pump fake?
Yeah.
They ain't no pump fake. They really they lost their fucking money, and somebody came in and was like, "Yo,
there's a lot of money out here to be made."
They bought the name. Somebody just basically done it.
And they're changing it.
Yeah,
It's Jeffrey's Toy Box.
Yeah, I mean, like
sex toys.
they did like Toys. You gotta think about it. Toys R Us bought FAO Schwartz.
I didn't know that till recently.
Yeah, who was a big name. Put KB Toys. Everybody forgets about KB Toys like they weren't real niggas in the game.
I used to fuck with KB Toys I used to fuck with
real
KB Toys.
niggas.
Toys R Us
niggas.
was like rich people.
Yeah,
like,
KB Toys was for the real niggas.
Yeah, it was.
Yo, shout out to the KB. Remember the KB Toys in the
They
mall?
used to come out like KB Toys only come around like Christmas time.
Yeah. They were
weird
when Toys R Us went out, they were like trying to like relaunch the brand or whatnot. Listen, part of the reason why is I don't know if you remember the KB
I feel
Toys
like
that used to be
Amazon
in the
is
mall.
behind all this shit.
They could be. Do you remember the KBs that used to be in the mall?
I wasn't here when it came.
All right, there used to be a KB Toys.
Okay.
right,
Downstairs?
Yep. And they were like,
remember.
and they had like big ass bins that were outside the store that had mad
games,
new toys
yeah.
and games and shit. I ain't gonna front, yo. We
They
used to
had,
get
like,
them
$2
niggas like every
They had
weekend.
like $2 Game Boy Advance games.
Oh my
like,
god,
yo,
they
that
just
shit
had
was
them out
lit,
there.
yeah.
It was just like shit, man. I remember
Those
one.
was the easiest licks ever.
Yo, when the Spawn movie came out, I got like the whole fucking line one Saturday. Like, I went to the mall with $20. I went and saw a movie, got some McDonald's, and I came home with like fucking like I had Spawn. I had them all.
$20.
Yo.
You had like $2.
Yo, they get you a lot, yo.
You had like $2 change left.
$20.
The bus was like 75 cents. That's $1.50 right there.
It's like that Cassidy bar. Yeah, I went to the store, got a Kit Kat, got 25 cents back.
Yeah, 25 don't do shit.
But this is all right. So this is a question I have about the Toys R Us thing, and I don't know how much you guys have like read about it, but like,
haven't read anything.
so Toys R Us closed because of like I know they like
Debt.
they took on a lot of debt when the new people
They
brought
got
over
fucked
stuff
by
like that.
Amazon.
And
Right.
iPads.
But then how is it that when they closed, all of a sudden they realized that there's this big fucking hole that
They
was
filed
like-
Chapter 11 and realized they wiped their debt clean, so now they could just relive the name.
so was this an intentional move then?
Maybe, probably.
Because
They could have restructured their money before. I mean, like, the funny thing is, they went out of business because of people like Walmart and Amazon. And Amazon being in this space of online and people just ordering shit and get into
But
the
I
house.
feel like I
But-
feel like I don't know if that's fully true. I feel like people still like
Exactly,
going
they
to the
like
brick
going-
and
they
mortar
like to-
fucking stores.
And then that's why I feel like Amazon's behind this. So Amazon is coming out with all these stores, like actual brick and mortar stores. So
why not?
Amazon knows that people still like the experience of going into the store.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
But
Like,
they
there's
could
something
also-
to bringing.
They could also offer you like, yo, I could get this to you in 2 days. They established that first, and then now they're doing the brick and mortar stores because why buy Whole Foods and all these other places and build a fake Barnes and Noble like they had the Amazon bookstore in New York City, and now they're coming out with I think 1,500 actual brick and mortar stores. I feel like they're behind. I think we're going to find
That
out
makes
they're
sense.
behind Toys R Us, and they're going because Toys R Us did a deal with Amazon anyway to sell some of their online.
Once they were
merchandise.
when they were going out and shit.
Yeah, so I think Amazon is behind all this shit. I feel like they're going to do the brick and mortar stores, and they know it's easy money. It was the easy lick for them. Toys R Us was a
man.
fish on the line. It was a wet fish. And they got the
They
things
just
on
came
the
in and just
line
fucking scooped them up.
and scooped them up.
So what is that? So what does that mean for Toys R Us that are still in Canada? Do they change too to
I think
Jeffrey's
also-
Toy Box?
I think they just all going to call them
Jeffrey's
Toys
Toy
R Us.
Box, and it's going to be like I think Toys R Us and Babies R Us like combined. So instead of having like,
It's a need for it.
because that Babies R Us like that also
felt
kind of, a lot
like
of motherfuckers fucked
I'm about
with
to
that
say,
store too.
Yeah, including our mans that went there and tried to get the discount. If you offer my mans the discount, listen, I'm going to put this out there for all y'all that listen. If you tell me straight up like, yo, come through, I'm going to give you my employee discount, I'm coming through.
Yep.
if you act flaky, that's on you.
You put that energy out there. Just
Don't offer me. don't invite me.
Don't offer me something you don't have.
Go back to the cookout and get mad when I show up with a plate.
Exactly. You invited me to the cookout. You know what I'm saying? Don't be like, yo, I didn't think you was really gonna come.
But now,
niggas need Pampers.
But now, within that though, I think we need to kind of break that down a little bit more because there's still room for motherfuckers to take advantage of that.
Absolutely.
So I think within reason, if you tell somebody that you can hook them up, as a person who's told that information, that means only you. So not your cousin, not your brother.
Yes.
No one else. Just you. Just you, all right? Because that's fucked up, too.
If I see you and others, I will act like I
don't know you. Yo, nah, we never met. Security.
Sir, can you step outside?
All right.
Let's get back to this Mega Millions.
Here we go.
No, yeah, like the whole thing with the Mega Millions, like I would be intimidated by that amount of money because, like, I've always said that, like, everything I want in life, I don't need to be rich to get. Like, you know what I'm saying? I already know what type of car I want. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about houses and real estate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about any shit. I just like, I just like to get fresh and, like, that's it. Like, I like my privacy. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be rich to do that. So if I was to get that amount of money, like, I'm giving a lot of it away. I'm putting a lot of it away. You know what I'm saying? Of course, and let the shit live. Try and make the money, have the money make it, make money, for me. You know what I'm saying? And just, I'll probably, like, open up a store just so I have something to do.
I would keep doing the shit that I'm doing.
Yeah, this is it. Like, I would still go to work. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no.
I'm not the type to fucking...
No, I would just for
still
the...
go to work. You know what I'm saying? Just because, like, I said, I like just to, be around people. I don't. You know what I'm saying? So I figure out what I want to do next. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the type, I'm not going to pull the Dave Chappelle. I quit. Like, I'm not doing that.
No. I do quit. I do quit. Real quick. I wouldn't quit right away. It would take me about 6 months because you need a financial manager. If you're winning the Mega Million, so now we're recording this on October 19th.
No family members. No, not anyone that personally knows me to help me.
I have a plan.
Okay.
I have a plan. I always had a plan. I had this plan since
yeah, we discussed this.
Since hundreds of millions. Yeah, we discussed. I think we discussed this on air, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Let's
those that don't know. Yeah. For anytime the Mega Millions or Powerball is over 500 millions when I play, or a couple hundred million, it has to be a couple hundred million because I feel like I'm not going to win anyway, and I probably should win the little ones. But I always play.
That's kind of what I'm shooting for. I think so.
The odds are roughly the same anyway. It doesn't change how big it gets because your $1 is what wins. Yeah. So it don't matter. So the more people that buy, like, I think it was
Floyd Mayweather just bought like 2,000.
Yeah, shout out to Brooks. But Floyd Mayweather put out he bought $2,000 worth of tickets.
Which I have questions about that. We'll get into that.
Yeah, only $2 wins that actual thing because it's a $2 ticket. So
Yeah.
$2 out of your 2,000. So you didn't really buy more chances. I mean, you're just creating more fucking...
You're just making the pot bigger.
Yeah, exactly. You're just really not creating more fucking space for it. So, anyway. So, I feel like when people play when it's really big, like, obviously you're playing so you can have a better life. Like, most people do like working and having something to do. So, I would quit my job, but I would definitely volunteer or find something to do. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to be... But there's no way in the world that I'm going to be working a 9 to 5 because there's days that all of us wake up and it's just like, damn, I ain't trying to go to work.
Yeah, that's hard to compete with, yeah. And but I think as an employee, you might want to be like, all right, man.
Like, there'll be days that
what's the point of you coming
here? I
here?
wouldn't immediately quit. I was let this shit breathe for like 5 months, and then I was like, all right, I know what I want to do. And then, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, me personally, I would just open up a store and just, coast out.
I'm starting like a fucking like mentoring program, like straight up. Like,
yeah,
there's a need for that shit.
A ton of shit that
I would
starting.
put a ton of money into that shit and just fucking have it grow. Man.
Yeah, a lot of shit with the veterans, a lot of shit with the homeless, the black community, shit that Kanye says he's going to do. I'll be actually doing, and it's like probably working with real niggas that be actually doing shit like Chance and T.I., like other rappers that actually get shit done. But I would be like putting money into shit that needs money to move. I would do that, but I would find something to do with my time. But as far as like family, because everybody's concern is like, yo, family will come out the woodwork. Some family already got edged out. I already know. I already have your number. I got your number paid. There was a family member. I told this story today because it was like, oh, you gonna play? I was like, yeah. It was like, what if you win and family comes? I said, listen, some of my family. So I have a family member that lives in North Carolina. An older sister on my dad's side, and she was I was talking about like, I was looking at jobs down there, but they don't pay a lot. She was like, oh, they pay good. A lot of jobs down here start at like $15 an hour. I was like, 15? 15?
Hourly?
That's a number? They paying 15.
Didn't they just get that to niggas at McDonald's?
Yeah, Amazon. So
Yeah,
Amazon
yeah.
giving that to niggas that stock boxes at Amazon. And I ain't knocking niggas that make 15. Like, it's
Either.
real out here. I get it.
Nah,
you know what I'm
listen,
saying? But I know your number.
Yeah.
So you're done. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the lotto. I'm buying you out easily. Easily. If 15 is good to you,
I got you. We can talk.
I got $100K that says I ain't never gonna see you again. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of my family, I got edged out. I know what number will make them tick. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to any of my family members listening. Listen, I got you. I got you pegged. All right. So don't thinking that you got me. I got you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a dinner in my closest
All
friends.
right, I didn't
Don't
really
try to
think
take
of
my.
that.
That's my story. This nigga.
I want to try to take a story.
conversation.
Yeah, that was my story. My fucking
No, let me
story.
finish what I'm saying. But like I said, like you said, like I would follow your shit. Like I would give everybody an envelope. I'll tell everybody, yo, don't tell people what you got. You know what I'm saying? Like there might be somebody who might get more than the next person.
I
You know
wouldn't
what I'm
even say
saying?
that.
But like I was like, yo, this is that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, whenever you're around me, you're not paying for nothing. But for like everybody else, like distant family members, like friends I haven't seen in a while, this and that, third, if they was to hit me up, I would give them like, a red pill and a blue pill. I said, listen, you asking me for this much. I'll give you this money. Or if you want, you can not take the money and just, I'll owe you a favor. You know what I'm saying? If you need help with something, you know what I'm saying? You really need help.
But these are your two
you
choices.
can hit me up, and that'll be my one thing for you. You know what I'm saying? You can cash out, or you can save the favor. You know what I'm saying? If you need help, you need help with a startup. I got you. You need to knock off a credit card bill. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Or you can just take this quick cash. You know what I'm saying?
Gone.
You know what I'm saying? It'll be at my discretion how much I give you. You know what I'm saying? So it can range anywhere from like $250 to $1,000. You know what I'm saying?
1,000.
Yeah. Sorry, you're not in my life.
I don't.
This nigga is wild. This nigga said 1,000. 250 to 1,000
$1,000
off $1 billion is wild.
No,
yo.
I'm saying, hey man, fuck you. You're not in my life.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying? You're not in my life, but all of a sudden I'm rich and now you hear me.
Yeah,
I'm saying,
all right.
listen. So
I
I'm
think
not-
that's reasonable.
so
I
I'm
think
not
that's
a
reasonable.
complete dick.
He's not saying
So
no.
I'm not a
He's not
complete
saying
dick.
no.
You know what I'm saying?
Not
If you want
reasonable.
something, I'll give you what our current situation is worth, and that's between $250 to $1,000.
I mean-
Or you can actually wait till you actually need something, and since I fuck with you, I wouldn't mind helping you. You can hold on to that favor.
See, I can't. Most people that I don't talk to anymore, it's not because they stopped talking to me, and one way or another, like I kind of pulled away.
Yeah.
But most of these people are people that have held me down for a long time. So this kind of sounds fucked up, I guess. I would take those people, partially because I know they're all a lot more responsible than I am. I would definitely like. If they needed something, I would have it, no matter what. Mm-hmm. Family-wise, I don't know, man. My family's very small, like, between like on my mom's side and shit. I got my siblings and everything. I don't really fuck with them.
Like, my family,
So-
I'm sorry, family, but you guys are in the same pool with the friends I run into at Walmart. Like you're in that same pool. I'm sorry.
crazy.
Because we share the same bloodline. You wasn't at my birthday party. Like, fuck out of here. I'm not trying to sound fucked up, but I'm sorry. Like, you know what I'm saying?
My original
family, like, that's for another discussion, but family can be very abstract. The
It
term
is.
family.
Oh, yeah,
You
it
know
is.
what I'm
It
saying?
is.
It's not just blood, man.
Yeah, blood is just,
That's one piece of it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, there's people who hold
I
you
get
down
it.
and shit. And
I get it. And that's why I
Yeah,
said
man.
I got most of them pegged out. And a lot of it, like, I get it. Like, a lot of us here are young. You know what I'm saying? We're in our mid-30s. For most of us, the lower 30s, if not 30. And, like, so I wouldn't even take the cash. You know what I'm saying? I would get an annuity.
Yeah.
An annuity is about $40 million a year.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't need
And
to
you
have
can
all
live
that
off
money
the
at
interest.
once.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, 40 is a lot now too.
Yeah, $40
You
million.
get more too that way. Like,
And you also good and you're good for it because they know that you're going to get this money for at least 20-something odd years, so you're good for it. So you're basically borrowing against you're using the bank's money because you're borrowing against money that you don't even have yet.
the only time you take the
what I'm
cash out is when you're like 60 something. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Ready, trying to get that one last
And I'm
hurrah.
buying franchises. I'm
And I
doing
wanted
shit.
to ask about that because like something alarmed me. Like between me, you, and Famo on Twitter and shit about the whole like $1,400 a week shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like for you guys, like people who has family, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like it may
$1,400 is good.
You know what I'm saying?
What is that,
I
70?
thought I was like, wait,
What is that?
That's amazing. Like that's a
$1,400 a week.
A week. Yeah, that's a
A
great.
week? The
Or
original,
bi-weekly?
No, because
A week.
the original tweet was $1,400 a month. And $1,400 a month was
I thought it was
That's
a week.
tough.
That's
you
when
can't live off of that.
I responded to that, and I said that they was like, yo, it's $1,400 a month is good, and I was like,
can't live off
$1,400
of
ain't
that.
shit.
No, you
I thought
can't.
it was a week. That's the reason why I
I
responded.
wrote back.
week?
I said
That's a
14.
different fucking-
I wrote back. I
Yeah.
said, hell no. I said $1,400 a week is struggling, and it is. $1,400 a week is about $75,000 a year. You have a family, you doing
Yeah.
okay, but you're still struggling.
Yeah.
$1,400
Well,
a week
as a
that's
single
75
parent. Yeah, if you have a partner who's working,
Maybe
that kind of, you know what I'm saying, like
it adds cushion, but it ain't
Yeah.
like you balling
Yeah,
out. You
yeah,
ain't driving
no,
no Mercedes,
no.
making
My
75,000.
retort
You
was,
doing
like I said,
okay.
for me,
You
that's
doing
like,
Unless
good.
it's a C class.
For like I said, for me, like personally, you know what I'm saying? That's
As
around.
a thing, yeah,
that's
that's
around my
it.
ballpark. You know what I'm saying? That's fine for me. I live by myself, and my rent isn't. It doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't pay a lot for rent.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
that was just like taken out of context because like Famo's being Famo.
Yeah.
but like I'm not saying I'm just saying like $1,400 a week. You're not balling out at the club buying bottles.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you should be investing that money. Do it while you're young.
You
That's
still
a
got
nice,
bills.
like,
you know
next
what I'm
I have
day,
a
saying?
yeah.
problem with that too.
What?
You know what I'm saying? I'm like people who feel like they need to like bust their ass while they're young just so they could try and like retire when they're like 47. Like I don't get that shit. Like I
Nobody retires at
you know,
47.
You hold my beer. I had a customer at my job, right? It was a Spanish cat. You know what I'm saying? He probably looked like he may have been like in his late 60s, early 70s, right? You know what I'm saying? So as I'm working, he's like, yeah, man, don't ever retire, man. Don't ever retire. He said, yeah, I retired back in 1969. I'm regretting it now because now the money's drying. I was like, wait, what? What the fuck? You retired he retired in the 60s.
That's a long.
You know what I'm saying?
time,
That's what I'm saying. Like, why do people? I think that comes from a point of laziness. Like you're busting your ass just so you don't have to work later. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't know of anyone that's ever retired that early.
Like me personally, what are you gonna do for the rest? Like I can't. Like I need to be productive. Like you know what I'm saying. I don't want to retire when I'm like 50 and have nothing to do for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Except wake up, read the newspaper, watch Judge Judy. Like you watch over grandkids. Like,
Well, I mean, it's also how you what you do with that money. You know, so if you're busting your ass, right, and you're stacking up and like you invest your money well, then it's like when you are retired, if those investments will fucking pay off, hopefully, then you'll have the luxury to kind of do other shit. Most people do wind up getting other sort of like jobs or maybe jump
like
into
travel.
something else.
Like, I get, but yeah, but my thing is like when you decide to do it. You know, I understand if you want to be set when you're done working, but niggas want to like I said, niggas want to retire super early. I've been told this by multiple people. But like, what are you gonna do with yourself to the end of your life? You know what I'm saying? That's my issue. That's what I'm saying. Like I would want to work hard until I get to the point. Like I said, to me, like what would you say is a good age to retire?
About 60.
Yeah.
60 flat. 60, 61.
60,
I mean, people
was
still
thinking more
mobile.
like
I mean,
65, 67.
well, people the average lifespan is 76 because I just for some reason at work looked it up. So it's like 76 right now.
Okay.
So 60 is good because like 16 years you just have just chilling.
And with that though, like
And
that's
you still mobile,
that's,
you still got all your
and then
function.
hopefully you raise your family, everyone's fucking grown up and shit. You're at that point where you're appreciating your grandkids and shit. Like there are I mean, like I said, everybody's different. I think. I mean, some people because they have families and shit, they do think of it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like so that they can be around for their fucking grandkids or whatnot. I mean. If you don't have anything going on, if you're the type of motherfucker that had no family, you were just fucking mad bitches and living that bachelor life and just doing all, and you got nothing to show for it, that is kind of weird. That is like, well, what? That's a lot of time to become a serial killer, I think. A lot of time on your
being
hands.
a rich serial killer is wild.
No, I think you're a serial killer because you're not rich anymore. You got nothing else to do.
Nah,
That's
You
true.
can't
Like,
afford
you know what
it.
I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like
You start people watching,
you know what I'm saying? It's
and
like
motherfuckers start
when
bothering
you.
you.
Get tired of hunting deer, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
you upgrade to humans.
I'm hunting niggas.
Yeah.
Nah, it's crazy. But along that lines, like for those that don't remember my original plan is if you win this fucking mega, and that's tonight, the 19th, the mega's coming. The Mega Billions.
What time is it? Like 9 something?
I think it's not.
They
It's like
they
11.
announced it like at 11 something.
Yeah, it's like 11 something. I will fly all my immediate family. A lot of it's on my mom's side because that's where, a lot of my cousins and my aunts and shit like that. I will fly them out to St. Thomas. That's where the families originated, something like that. And we'll just have a good time a week, and everything is paid, all expenses paid, private jet, week on me, liquor free, women, everything. Anything you need, I got you that whole week. I got you, yo. We're going to have a great time. This is my family. I love these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the week, we'll have this big dinner. We're all going to enjoy each other, and there will be envelopes there for everybody. And I'll tell you straight up, there's going to be a good significant amount of money, especially with $1 billion. You going to have cash. Yeah. Cash, no checks. No checks.
You
just
straight. Get it
well, no, because with checks, you could trace me. Because I'm going to tell you why. Because after you get your money and you get your fucking cash and your ticket is going to be in there, you ain't going to never see me again. Ever. Ever.
You know what you do?
Ever.
I don't want to episode
you gotta hope I don't win, because you ain't never going to see me again. And I'm still going to be dropping podcasts.
Son.
You hear me?
Coming to you live from
wherever the fuck I am this week.
Have that dinner the last night. Have the dinner, whatever. And then the next morning, have care packages for everybody. You're already gone. Like, you're out of there. You've been going out.
I know. I'm going to have the speech at the dinner.
That's what I'm saying. But give the speech, but save that last part. Have it in like an audiogram or some shit. So when they open that shit up, and then you go on.
This nigga gonna be like Dark Knight. Nigga gonna be on a plane. He gonna be on the TV like loud.
Like that one meme with 21 Savage. $1 billion.
For obvious reasons, the money has already been moved.
Yeah. See, that's why I ain't gonna have no checks. I don't want no checks. So I don't want you having my routing number, my account number on the check. You ain't tracing me, yo. You ain't never gonna see me again.
I'm changing my identity every time.
I've been changing shit. You just ain't gonna catch me. When you rich, how you catch somebody? That's why they can't catch Hove.
That's a good point.
Right.
Rich. When you super rich, you ain't touching nobody. You know what I'm saying? Nobody touching Drake. Nobody touching Wayne. You know what I'm saying? They shot at his bus. He's still alive. You know why? Because he's rich. Shout out to Yellow Beezy. I like Yellow Beezy's music. He just got shot up.
He's pulling through, though.
Yeah.
He's pulling through.
He got shot 8 times. You know why? Because he ain't rich yet. You know why 50 Cent got shot? Because 50 Cent wasn't rich yet. 50 Cent talks the most shit. He ain't been shot yet. You know why? Because he's fucking rich. When you rich, you ain't get. Yo, I'm talking.
This shit is adding up because Pac got shot all the time. He was always strapped.
Because he was never rich. He was never rich. But Dr. Dre was rich. And
Damn, Biggie had money though.
Who?
Biggie.
No. Puff had money.
True.
Puff was there.
They shot the wrong car.
You know what?
Puff had money.
You know what?
They shot the wrong car.
You know who else had money? Suge Knight, and he was in the fucking same car.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's what
he
I'm
used
saying.
Pac as a shield.
When you rich, you don't die.
You know what I'm saying? They shot from Pac's side.
It was like, don't shoot that rich nigga. Shoot this broke nigga. Listen, man, when you rich, you don't die, man.
Right.
At least from not
Like,
from that.
20
You
cars
die.
hit Pac's
You
car.
die from like real shit, like cancer. You know,
or you get gout.
Yeah, like shout out to Paul Allen, just died. He was the owner of the Seahawks and the Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah.
Same thing with Steve Jobs. You know, if you rich, you dying from like shit that you can't buy.
Right, or like drug overdoses.
You ain't shooting me. You ain't shooting no rich nigga. Like, that's crazy. You don't hear that shit happen. You know, like, have you ever heard that happen? Rich nigga died. Got shot.
Yeah, the only time that happened was like Kurt Cobain, but he shot himself.
Yeah.
That's different.
He wasn't really rich yet either. All right, so then how do we explain the magic anomaly, then? That nigga beat cancer. He beat AIDS.
Because he's rich.
Yeah, he's...
Nigga,
But that's what I'm saying. He didn't die.
Because he's
never
rich.
had AIDS.
Richer than Steve Jobs?
No, Steve Jobs had cancer. We didn't cure cancer. We cured AIDS.
Did we though?
No. Magic cured AIDS.
All right.
Steve Jobs.
Like he wears that. He wears that antidote underneath his suit. Like
you open that shit up, he looks like Tony
an
Stark.
aerosol
He got
spray.
the fucking. He got this shit right here.
It's like Banaka.
he puts that shit in his eyes like Visine.
I think he got that glowing thing like Tony Stark right here. He take his shirt off and just glowing.
He has the arc reactor. Yo, we cooked this shit.
Yo, rich niggas don't like.
we
Listen, cancer is undefeated, man, but AIDS is not. You know what I'm saying? AIDS got beat by Magic Johnson and fucking and Isaiah Thomas. That nigga had that shit too.
Yeah.
That's why them niggas stopped being friends.
He skyhooked that AIDS
That's
to
like
right the
easy.
fuck on out of here.
Exactly. Exactly.
Easy probably didn't have AIDS. He had something different.
Easy wasn't rich.
Like,
Because which
Yeah,
one was
true.
robbing him?
True.
Yeah, he was getting robbed by, what's the nigga name? I can't think of
I'm
his
just
name.
saying, the nigga got
We
diagnosed.
said it so many times.
The nigga got diagnosed and died 3 days later. That
We
doesn't
used to
sound
call
like
Vicky that.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
What the fuck was
What was their fucking shitty manager's name?
who we call Vicky.
Yeah.
Oh, she's on Jerry Heller.
Yeah.
Vicky Heller.
So, yeah,
But I think it was more than that. I think she got like I think Easy got like the black, because you got diagnosed and then died like 3 days
So
later.
you got the black AIDS?
They got something different.
Not the regular
That sounds
one.
more like a poison than like.
That's what I'm saying. Because he wasn't rich yet. Because he wasn't even, at the point when he died, he wasn't doing better than Dre.
Nah.
Dre had more
You're
bread
right.
than him. So he ain't had no money. That's what I'm saying. Like, he got robbed. So was Cube. Cube was doing way better than him at the point when he died. Cube was already in movies, already had his shit going. So, yeah, you got to be, you ain't going to see me. That's all I'm saying. Like, $1 billion? You crazy? $1 billion? And you think you're going to fucking chase me down for... Listen, you're going to get this envelope with cash.
Yeah, I just won't.
And I wish
just
you pull
won't
up
get
on
new-
me.
I just won't get new friends. like you know what I'm saying? If you was part of this circle, like you straight, like you.
Yeah,
like I
because
said,
you don't want to be
have
alone either. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be isolated. I'll still be doing a lot of the same shit I'm doing, but you just won't be able to.
It just won't, yeah.
Niggas can't pin
I
me
gotta-
down now.
I gotta reach
and I'm
out to
not
you.
rich. So how the fuck you gonna pin me down when I'm you out of your mind? You gonna take this envelope and shove this shit up your ass? And good luck. You know what I'm saying?
That's my antidote for everybody else. Like I said, the people closest to me, like I got y'all for the rest of y'all life. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else, like I said, red pill, blue pill.
I'll tell you
know what I'm
this.
saying? Just so I'm not a complete dick.
But I will tell you this: I'm straight having background checks, and I'm definitely vetting niggas.
Who
Because I
you
don't
bring
want-
around you?
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
don't want no 40s in my crew.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I
you
don't want
got
I don't want no 40s
You got
around me.
to.
I'll tell you that right now. I'll tell you that. When I'm a
That's
billionaire, I don't
crazy.
need no 40s around me.
Yeah. Because for me, I'd be worried that I would get too paranoid. Because I would just start not trusting motherfuckers like right up. Just like, what are you trying to get from me?
You never know who's pillow talking.
Yeah.
It's just starting to make sense because now that I think about, like, we listen back to Drake's last couple projects, like 40 really doesn't have a presence in any of them.
I had hopefully next week. Shout out to Nyrell. He'll stop up. He said he'll stop up probably next week. But I was talking, to producers and shit like that, and he was saying that he was like, "Yo, just for the shit that 40 is like. Actually, if you look at the credits, what he's named on, 40 should be bigger than what he is."
Yeah.
So he was thinking to say. He said, yes, thought the same thing. Because he was like, "Yo,
So he's in Drake's shadow?
yeah, Drake is a big star. He's a mega star. I mean, he overshadowed Lil Wayne for a major part of his career. You know what I'm saying? There was parts of Drake's career where he overshadowed Lil Wayne.
But was that because of what was going on with Lil Wayne, though? And all the, like,
Yes,
behind the scenes
absolutely.
shit? So that's what I'm saying. Like, is that
But
a
he's still a
fair,
bigger
like...
star.
He's a bigger star, but, like, a
If they're
bigger
going-
star with an asterisk.
No, I think Drake is a bigger star in music. Drake is Lil Wayne's a bigger star in rap.
Okay. All right, so you mean from the pop
I
side.
mean, just being like, I know he went to the show and I went to the show. Drake's a bigger star in music.
Yeah.
He's a mega star. You know what I'm saying? Like, to do a show by yourself is really hard. No band, no shenanigans. I'm out there.
Yeah,
for an hour
I mean,
and a
you're
half.
out. Yeah, that's a very like naked
It's
sort
tough.
of shit
Yes,
to do.
it's
Yeah,
a naked thing is, you gotta have a lot of hits, and the nigga didn't even like a lot of hits. He just started doing like a half a hook. He didn't even perform them. That's how many hits he had. He's like, I'm just gonna do the hook.
I was thoroughly impressed. like
He's like, I'm
really.
just do the hook because I have so many of these. I don't even want to get to these. I'm gonna just let you know that I have these in a stash. So I'm gonna just do the hook. But
Yeah,
let
he
you
did
know
that
was
for like
me.
his first 3 albums. Like he just real quick in 5 minutes went through like
a ton of shit.
like 13 hits from like his first couple albums and shit before he got to the new shit.
He didn't perform Yellow. He did a hook. He didn't do the verse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like but like the first like for like his
He didn't do
older
anything with
catalog-
him and Lil Wayne. He did none of that. None of it. That alone is about 40.
a huge chunk of
Yeah, about
of
40
music,
minutes. If he did like 5 or 6 songs with him and Lil Wayne. So all I'm saying is that somebody like Drake, yeah, you could easily, if you're a part of that camp, you could be overshadowed. If not put out there like that. So when you think about somebody like, let's think about his contemporaries, people that actually let their producers become themselves. Somebody like Jay-Z, where he actually let Just Blaze, Bink, Kanye, even Guru, his engineer, become identities of their own. Guru is doing Meek Mill's album. You know what I'm saying? Like, Guru's done other people's albums. He's worked on Knife Wonder. Had a
Rhapsody,
great
the whole
career.
Knife-
They end up making Knife Wonder end up having a label underneath Rock Nation.
Jamla?
Yeah. Jamla, he ended up having Rhapsody and all this stuff out of just being out of that camp of Jay-Z. Jay-Z birthed producers that had their own camps. You know what I'm saying? What is really Drake has done yet? So I could see that. So, that was
my gripe with, sorry, not to interrupt, but that was my gripe with, like, I feel Party Next Door should be a star right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's too talented.
And he's from the OVO camp.
Like, to be meddling.
OVO sweatshop in there.
Yeah.
So
that's why
McConan should have been bigger. Like, McConan's talented. I like McConan. Like Majid Jordan. Like, there's a bunch of acts that should be bigger than what they actually are in OVO.
So somebody like what's his name? We was just talking about him earlier. What's the Weeknd? I respect him because there was a while that Drake was claiming Weeknd. OVO EXO. I respect him for just like, yo, I'm doing me.
Yeah.
I'm not a part of this camp. And he stopped the whole OVO EXO shit and it was just like, EXO is my shit. Don't claim me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gave you an album, you put me on, I'm gone. I'm doing my own thing. And shout out to, the Weeknd branching off. And Weeknd end up having Belly and all his people. Belly, shout out to Belly. He just released the album.
Is Nav one of his artists?
I think Nav is with him. So, say OVO is doing his thing. I mean, EXO is doing his thing. But Drake has not really successfully birthed anybody. Successfully. 40 should have been the first one. Hit Boy is a close. I would give Hit Boy, maybe Boy. I mean, he worked with Drake a lot. And Boy Wonder.
He's Kanye. That's
Hit
Kanye.
Boy was a Kanye, yeah.
That's a Kanye guy.
Yeah. And Boy Wonder.
I
would give Boy Wonder to Drake, too.
Is 40 working with people outside of the OVO camp?
No.
Why is that?
Boy Wonder is...
He just did, like, the I'm Single for Wayne,
but,
and that was it.
But why is that, though? Is it because he's just choosing not to? Or is, like, Drake...
He engineers Drake's fucking show. His tour. He's engineering the tour.
So is he... All right. This is going to be far-fetched, but is he like the real brains behind this whole machine? Like Drake is the face, Drake is the one delivering
he's just
it.
behind the sound, if anything.
I mean,
but that's what I'm saying. That is what really, if you take the OVO sound that Drake has,
every
like,
camp has one. Every camp has an engineer /
TDE
producer.
got punched. Like,
so it sounds like
TDE has Ali.
But if
Rockefeller has Guru.
If that sound is what you identify with,
Doro.
but if that sound is what you identify with that group and with that camp and with Drake and everything, how was he not as significant as Drake being almost the face? Like, because it sounds like there's all moving parts.
Because everybody heard that with Pusha T. So basically, what we're talking about is Pusha T's Joe Budden interview that he
Shout out
had.
to Joe Budden.
Joe Budden's been hitting.
Yes.
Like, and they're good, man. Like, damn, good shout.
He carved out his own. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He basically boxed fucking
Taxstone out.
No, I want to say no.
Taxstone went to jail. Like.
But Taxstone had a small blimp.
Yeah, he was about to blow up though. No,
he was on a different level of just being a real, like, having real people, because he had more than just hip hop artists. He had like everybody.
You don't think he would have crossed? I feel like Tax would have crossed over.
No, Tax would have blew up anyway. I think he has his lane. What Joe Budden is doing is basically what fucking Rap Radar should be doing. What fucking what's his name? Elliot Wilson should be doing. He's boxing out Elliot Wilson right now. Elliot Wilson should, with his actually proximity to Rock Nation, Tidal, all that, and having those artists, he's doing those interviews, but he has nothing in those
Ironically,
interviews.
I think
has
Joe Budden's,
nothing out of those interviews.
Ironically, I think Joe Budden's only direct competition is academics.
And
nobody in hip hop. It's nobody.
I do think it's academic just based off of the history that they have, and it's like
I just think it's just. I mean, to me it looks cool. I'm sorry, like it looks cool.
I think so too.
As far as like,
I'm
just talking about as far as voices in the game right now. The only person that can rival Joe Budden is academics.
Yeah, I agree.
Academics is dropping a lot of fucking exclusive. Joe Budden is giving commentary. Yeah. Like, people was talking about the same issues that Joe Budden. Nobody talks about any of the issues that academics brings up.
No, but I'm saying
people talk about.
He talks about them before they get.
He's talking about this. He's like the shade room.
They're like two sides of the same coin. Like, you know what I'm saying? They have their own level. Like, they have their own areas of expertise. Like you said, Joe Budden speaks like he breaks things down. Like, but academics, he's breaking news. Like,
yeah,
you know
he's TMZ.
Like,
he's the TMZ for hip hop. And I give him that. He's still going to be a TMZ for hip hop.
But my point is, they're
Joe
both
Budden has got an exclusive
this
this week in hip hop. Yeah. But he normally doesn't have the exclusive.
Yeah, he really
always has the better hot take.
Yeah.
Academic never had a good hot take.
No, it's not. He
had one good hot take.
I'm talking about just playing voices. I'm not talking about what they're talking about. I'm just talking about like
it
their
could be
voices.
multiple. I think hip hop should be multiple voices. I think you should have an Academics. You should have an Elliot. You should have a Joe Budden. All these people. You should have different perspectives. You should have a Remy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like all these people that's offering different perspectives.
They add a different.
I think right now a lot of the rap artists, because Joe is a rapper.
That's what I was gonna say. That
Other
him
rappers
being one of
respect
them,
him because
he's got the ball.
thinking
Yeah.
the same way. And a lot of that interview, Pusha T is like, "Yo, you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about." Like you hear Pusha saying it, he's like, "Yo,
You
see what
can't. He can't have that conversation with Academics. Push.
Nobody
Push. Yeah, you can't. If you haven't lived that life, it's just like all the the wrestling podcasts that are out there. Like the wrestlers who have podcasts typically
are better,
and they get better interviews because they talk about shit with these guests that they
know
lived
the
this.
terminology.
That's what made their chemistry on Everyday Struggle so good. Like, you know, because Joe Budden was like, you know, from the inside looking out, and Academics was from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know.
But, like, also, too, like, with Joe Budden show, like, half the motherfuckers on there have been in the industry. Like, I didn't realize that till recently. All these motherfuckers, I think with the exception of Maul, like, if all are from the industry.
Maul was just, like, the glorified weed guy. Like,
yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you
brothers.
got, essentially, like, the Joe Budden's podcast is a panel of professionals.
Rory does,
of the professional.
Palooza and, like,
yeah, so it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's they bring a different perspective that you're not going to get on Everyday Struggle, which I think, like you said, it works because they each deliver a different.
Me, the most interesting thing about Joe Budden's, like.
Oh, hold on real quick. Hold on. Before we go on, I don't want to spend too much time thinking about my other motherfuckers' podcast.
No. I'm saying,
just.
You know what I'm saying? But I'll just leave this here. But the most interesting part about listening to Joe Budden is like, it's like he's learning shit as he go. Like, like with us. You know what I'm saying?
He's
like,
a person. Yo, he's somebody like you would want to fucking chill with.
You know what I'm saying? And he's just giving it from like the rapper, the artist point of view. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's been out there. Like I say, as we're learning stuff, he's learning stuff too. That's it. We can leave that there.
It's a journey.
Anyway, so what we were saying, like, basically back to the beginning is we talking about like the Pusha T unveiling that, hey, he didn't get this information about Drake from Kanye. He actually got this information from a female that fucked with 40, who is Drake's main engineer / producer / best friend. You know what I'm saying? That's his day one friend. He came in the game since the beginning of his first album. We talked a lot about 40 and all this shit like that. We all know 40 suffers from MS, and we all know that line that Pusha T has, that Drake ends up doing this show. He did the show last week. We were recording when it came out, so when I went back home and I watched it. But Drake was just like basically saying like, yo, if I see this Pusha T. Like, I'm still not over that. So I'm going to punch, he got to get punched in the face.
You get punched in your fucking face.
Yeah, he looked like a dork.
You need to get punched in your fucking face.
Yeah.
Why I oughta. Put him up.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, out of that, we had this, Pusha T interview that came not too far after that with... And just the dynamics of the different styles of interviews. You have something that was well orchestrated. Mm-hmm. I know Joe Budden tried to cape for fucking Drake, and he was like, "Oh, we don't know when this was recorded." No, if you watch it, Drake clearly says he just came from the Boston show. I went to the Boston show, so that's beginning of September. So it wasn't interviewed that long ago. So we're talking about he did 2 shows in Boston. So it was that weekend. Yeah. So it was all the same weekend. So he did the Boston show. He talked about he came from the Boston show. So we're talking about not that long ago. But it was a much more organized, orchestrated interview where Joe Budden was like, yo, we're just shooting off the cuff because we're on a podcast. So it's just whatever's on your fucking mind. And it's better like that. Because Drake, we seen it was only tailored to like, all right, LeBron, I just don't want you, be mad at me, daddy. You know what I'm saying?
That was so weird.
LeBron a couple times.
The first name you text LeBron James, like.
I'm not gonna lie. There were a couple moments where I felt like LeBron was like kind of caught off guard by that. He was just like, he looked at
him like, yeah, son. What did I text you back? What did I text you back? What did I text you back?
Yo, we live in a different time.
We do, yeah.
The way LeBron never texted Jordan.
Yeah, Jay-Z texting like Kobe or something like that. What was the equivalent? Like, I wish, yeah.
I'm all about transparency and shit. But I don't know, man.
Like, in the middle of a battle, you text LeBron? That's wild. That's nasty.
Like, he knows he knows his audience because he knows people just going to eat that shit up
So
in the
wait.
moment. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Like,
But that's biased because you think LeBron, and LeBron saying that he's a rap historian is wild. You know,
that started a lot of controversy.
every album that comes out, LeBron likes.
every
He's in a
single
bad
worked out
mood.
to give every
he
single
like
one.
the Quavo album. Like 3 days later. Like, what?
In the back of the goddamn Sprinter, just bumping his head. Like, dude, you're not a hip hop historian.
I'm saying you just
you're
know
a fan.
these.
You're
You just
groupie.
know these niggas. Like, these
They're your
niggas came to
friends.
your house, nigga. Like, right? You invite them to your house. Doesn't mean their music is good, LeBron.
So the narrative that Drake presented was that he heard the story of Adnan and was like livid, and
As he should be.
and so his first reaction was to get on his phone and just start texting niggas like, "You hear this shit?"
No, he tried to 2018 the situation and shame push it for the shit that was being said. Like, niggas don't realize, especially like younger niggas. Not to come at you, Dante. You know what I'm saying? You cool, but like,
Oh, here we go.
but like, you know what I'm saying? Push is from a different era where niggas didn't do subliminals. You know what I'm saying? Niggas actually did their due diligence. Niggas actually knew the bottle girls who was fucking the fucking ops. You know what I'm saying? Niggas been doing this. Like, Push is seasoned for this shit. You know what I'm saying? The funny thing is, Drake, he should know this shit too. Like, Drake know the rules. You know what I'm saying? Drake just try to, like, you know, take advantage of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause like you should have seen the baller alert comments. You know what I'm saying? I had fun in those shits. When the shit dropped, you know, the whole Joe Budden shit.
Yeah,
niggas like,
they were still caping.
yeah,
for
niggas like,
Drake.
oh, Push is so lame. He's still talking about this. And I was like, nigga, Drake brought this shit up. Oh, Pusha did. And Pusha was waiting for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Pusha was playing chess. He was playing chess. You know what I'm saying? Niggas thought that he played his trump card with the Adonis thing. He's like, no, that's not the fucking trump card. You know what I'm saying? The
That's just-
40s was the
obviously
fucking
that's
trump
just the
card.
fucking
He's like, I'm going
beginning.
to play this shit if this nigga, you know, if he keeps going. You know what I'm saying? He kept going.
You know, a couple weeks ago, I was just, you know, I think we talked about it here, or maybe Axe, I don't know, but like the fact that like after all this shit went down this summer, like you really didn't hear shit from Pusha. Like he really just kind of
Pusha doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, he just
He doesn't care.
but you know, I was like on the cusp of saying like, yo, that shit was a whole dud because like Pusha kind of disappeared and
Pusha
Drake's still
wanted
out
to
here
make a
living
point.
and shit like that.
You just keep forgetting, like, a lot. Like, Pusha did a lot. Like,
True.
he ruined the nigga's rollout. Like, the nigga owes the success of this album to Shiggy. Fucking, he ruined his rollout. He ruined his deal with Adidas. Like, niggas is looking at Drake different. Like, for a good minute, niggas was calling him a deadbeat. Like, for Pusha, that's a fucking
fact.
win. For somebody, for somebody who never cared about radio significance or Billboard or any of that
No,
shit.
he killed her.
You know what I'm saying? He had niggas talking about him for a solid month. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a win for Pusha.
Pusha also low key, like, I think he's sensationalized his own self. Like,
Yeah.
Pusha has hits.
He does.
Like, a lot of hits. I've been to a couple Pusha shows. Pusha has hits.
I
Like, a lot of shit with the clips, like, you know, like, were hits. I mean, you got to think about it. A good half of his career was with the Neptunes. I don't
Yeah.
think they were deliberate pop hits.
Nah.
But, like, he has songs with anybody from
Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the Neptunes. Like, come on, dog. You got hits.
He got
I
a-
think,
yeah.
like, he's not a big pop act, and, like, a lot of his records go to the top.
But I think
10.
but I think
I understand what he was saying, but don't say, like, don't act like, yo,
That's
you
part of
just
his
putting out-
No,
like,
that's
you're
part of
not-
his strat.
He's not. He's closer to Drake than he is to Joe
Like,
Budden.
he has a catalog. I wouldn't say,
Exactly.
like, you know what I'm saying? He has a catalog.
Listen to what I'm saying. He's closer to Drake than he is to Joe Budden. He's trying to act
True.
like, yo, me and you, Joe Budden, we're
But-
the same.
but I feel
No,
like that's part of
you
his
got
strategy,
a lot
though.
of fucking Billboard things. Maybe they're not top 10. Joe Budden has one Billboard.
That's facts.
That's it.
No, I think
Pusha has about 8 or 9. You know what I'm saying? If not more.
This is Pusha's strategy though. He's downplaying his success just to.
I generally don't think Pusha has a strategy. I think he just wanted to make a point against somebody
He just
didn't
doesn't like him.
Yeah.
He doesn't like him. And I think
I
that's,
think because
that's
he
the
doesn't
thing
like
Joe
it.
Budden didn't get to. You
Oh,
don't
but
like
why?
this guy.
Yeah.
And you need to,
Well,
like,
they
tell me why
tried.
you don't like
They tried to get it. They
They
tried to
did.
act the way. Maybe they didn't act in the right way, but they tried to get to the core of like what the fuck. What
He
is
was
his
making
real
up something.
problem?
You know, oh, he was shooting darts at my guys. A lot of people shoot darts at good.
Yeah.
A lot of people shoot darts at good. Kendrick being one of them. Kendrick probably being the top. I would rap, if you
He
want
didn't
to
say
rap.
nothing to J. Cole.
Yeah, J. Cole's done it.
Yeah.
If you want to rap, those guys want to
All
rap.
right. So now let's get into that conversation. So obviously he's got it out for Drake.
Well,
Him-
it extends from Wayne, too.
Okay. But he's willing to go lyrically with Drake and obviously destroy him. Why won't he go after these other motherfuckers?
Because
why
he
won't he
thinks
go
they're
after
still,
Kendrick?
I think
because he respects them more.
I think he respects them more. I think he looks at
Yeah, but
somebody
he
like J. Cole and Kendrick and these other people as being real rappers.
But doesn't
and
that
being
contradict?
people of the craft.
But
I don't think he. I think he likes hip hop, and I think he doesn't think Drake belongs in hip hop.
That I agree,
and I think he's wrong on that.
I agree, but in that conversation he had this week, like I feel like that contradicts what he was saying, where he was just like, you know what I'm saying, like he's from the era where like, he doesn't give a fuck, like he'll go at anybody, like that's what he presented.
I mean, we talked about
interview.
this offline before we actually started recording, but just about like how women date corny niggas.
Yeah,
I think he looks at Drake being a corny nigga in hip hop.
Yeah, like Drake.
And I think a lot of people look at Drake being a corny
like
nigga.
Drake, Push. Like I said, Push is like the guy who chills out in the bathroom smoking cigarettes, and Drake is like the all American jock and shit. You know what I'm saying? Who wears the varsity year round.
All right, so Push just sees Kendrick and all of them as like good old boys. They're part of the crew, and Drake is the outsider that shouldn't be here.
I think he thinks those two are cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
Of hip hop. I don't think he thinks Drake of that. He's like, yo, you're a pop act that's in my world, and I don't like you here. It's like a new kid coming to the school, and all of a sudden he's a star athlete.
Start changing the rules and shit, like you know.
And that was another thing. I mean, we kind of still dancing around. We'll get to 40 soon, but I know Styles P was on the radio, and Styles P's done some shit in battles and talked about people, and he went after Aaliyah after she died and shit like that. And maybe for him, he feels like there's no rules. There I know people came after me, was like, yo, there's rules, and I used the weird example or whatever, and then people just kept horning in on the one example I used. But there are rules to rap. There's rules to the streets.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be.
And Pusha talked about rules. If you listen to any other podcast, especially with street niggas, I was listening to the interview that Charlamagne the God did this morning with Martellus Wiley. He's a former football player.
Yeah.
And anytime somebody's from like L.A. and shit like that.
You mean Martellus Wiley?
Yeah. Martellus.
Oh, okay.
And he asked him, Martellus Wiley said, hey, he's like, yo, he's like, I'm from, Compton, L.A. or whatever. And he said, yo, what set you claim? And Martellus got serious.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Right away. He was like, he's like, why? Which, you know what I'm saying? Like what you trying to do? Yeah. He said, because that means something.
Yeah. It's
he's
not
like,
just a
usually
joke.
when somebody asks you, he's like, you can wear
Where
a certain
you from,
color.
like-
He said that. You can't ask somebody where they're from, wear certain colors, do certain things, and not ready to be, he's like, usually when somebody says that, an assault happens right after that.
Right.
We're ready. And he said that in the interview. And that's all I'm saying. It's like, for niggas that believe in Styles P, and I would call Styles P, if he was sitting there, I'll say that. And for niggas that's believing in you and saying there's no rules to this, that's wrong. You're changing the rules based on the players.
Yep.
Because Drake's in the game, you want to change the rules.
Say there's
always rules to this game. Even when he was battling with Beanie, he knew there were certain rules. He wasn't going to Philly saying those certain things.
Right.
Maybe he was doing that from the comfort of
That was
Yonkers.
that was the validation for a lot of us for the reason why Pusha said what he said about his son in 40. The fact that Drake brought up his fiance. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, that's the first thing we all say. Yo, he talked about his fiance. Everything goes out the door. Open his.
Then the second set of rules get in, and you engage the next level of whatever that level is. It's like, all right, you open the door for this, we could go to this level. You know what I'm saying?
He cracked the door open.
Right.
He cracked it.
But he did it in a way where he was like,
and I do understand how the power of Drake making a reference about your female kind of creates this air of like suspicion of like, yo, does this nigga I get that.
I think Pusha was going to go there anyway because it seemed like Pusha already had that information anyway. I was going to go there anyway. You just made it easier for me. Mm-hmm. You just gave me actually a real legit excuse for that. That's all. But I feel like there's rules to everything in the streets and in rap. There's certain rules.
Like, even Ho's mom made him apologize for Super Ugly.
Well, listen, if there's no rules and it's like, there's no, like, everybody, motherfuckers who aren't involved in this shit, kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
And I was just saying, like, if there's no rules, why do you think you have a place like, you keep telling people there are no rules, then you end up with a place like Chicago or Baltimore where kids are getting shot.
Yeah,
and
that's what it looks like to have no rules.
Yeah,
when there's
corruption
from the top.
You really want no rules.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even when it was banging going on, people was banging their hoods. They knew like, yo, we only bang when you come outside of that line.
Well,
Yeah,
this was my neighborhood. I'm making money over here.
Or just the fact of you repping those colors, or that signifies that you are in this
breaking
life.
my rules.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like if you're not wearing fucking red or blue, or what, you know what I'm saying. Then
Wait, who cuz? You cuz? Like, you know?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like people that's listening right now, go back and listen to that Breakfast Club interview with Martellus Wiley today. Somebody from that, and he was just like, yo, I was there before fucking NWA. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is before it got commercialized. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, don't listen. I mean, Styles P saying that because the players are changed. And I think that's the problem. We move in the goalposts depending on the players. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, when Nicki was just doing it a couple months ago when she was going after Travis, and she was like, yo, he's using Stormy to sell records. Niggas was ready to, like, tear fucking Nicki a new one. Oh, I can't believe she brought up Stormy. So what's Stormy got to do with it? Oh, what happened to the no rules?
It's a child.
Yeah, what happened to the no rules? But when it happens to Drake, oh yeah, yo, that's real. Because niggas get real when you want to get real. Like you change it.
Apply when it meets.
Because everybody likes Cardi because Cardi's she's the new thing in flavor of the month. So it's like, yo, we siding with Cardi. Yeah, you wrong. She should have never brought up the. But when Pusha does it, oh, it's cool.
That's what's like. That's hip hop.
This is hip hop.
Yeah, it's hip hop. Hip hop.
Fucking raw, yo.
Like you niggas
we in the streets with Timbs.
Yo, that's the problem with hip hop. So inconsistent.
Nobody keeps the same energy at all.
Never.
No.
I mean, like even with you, when we was arguing with you about it. You know what I'm saying? With the whole Mac Miller and Davidson thing. You know what I'm saying? Like Pete Davidson didn't do nothing different than what other shit been going on recently. Like he did something obvious to this guy passing away, Mac Miller. And I understand what you were saying. Like, yo, Mac was suffering. Pete Davidson suffered from the same fucking thing.
No, that wasn't my argument.
They're both fucking.
That wasn't my argument.
If anything, Ariana has a certain type.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
that
was yes.
No, that wasn't my argument. I just personally don't like
they suffer from the same thing. Like Pete just came from fucking rehab not too long ago.
Listen, I personally don't like Pete. And I
get it. That's what you sound like.
It just so happens that he did some shit that I personally would never do. I just think the idea of doing, if anybody was doing that shit, I would think that was corny.
It's a dirtbag thing to do, but it's a lot of things.
If Dante was to do that, I would think that was corny. You know what I'm saying?
All right, see, I don't know, man, because like, listen, if what they said is true. If Mac was still trying to reach out to Ariana or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't getting the message. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but still, there's.
So I'm sitting in a pit, and we don't know what they say.
That's what I'm saying.
They're fucking famous. You can go on Getty and see these niggas together and all the fucking time.
Doesn't stop niggas from.
Man, we're still fucking human beings, yo. Like there's no like.
When you do that, now I have to fucking see you in the street. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
that's what should have happened.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not knocking Pete, and I'm not knocking Mac. If Mac wanted to see him in the street, I'd have been like, yo, I like that energy Mac is doing. I like the energy that Pete was doing. Yo, you keep texting my girl. Guess what? She got my dick in her mouth right now. This is the picture. You know
I feel like that's shit that we've seen other people do. Like,
all the time.
You know what I'm saying? Like Tupac did it with fucking Jay.
That's what I'm saying. Didn't Meek Mill do that to fucking Safari?
Yeah.
And we was laughing about that.
No, I just feel like you giving the other nigga the satisfaction. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, I feel you can say a lot more by saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? If you just show that, yo, this shit ain't getting to me. Like,
No. We're only saying this because we know the end result of the actual situation. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
If Mac hadn't passed away and he was still around,
we'd have been laughing at it. Yeah, you would have said it was corny, but you would have been laughing at Mac Miller for not doing anything.
No, I wouldn't have laughed at Mac Miller.
Oh, I wish we had alternate time machine.
Yeah,
I would have peeked on that world. I feel like Paul would have fucking given that.
Yeah, you would have been giving it to Mac. Like I didn't know he was giving it up.
There would have been a lot of crazy tweets coming out.
I'll give y'all niggas 2 months to get y'all things together. Good luck. Show me what you got.
You'd have been going after that nigga Mac for Mac. R.I.P. Mac. I'm not
I just don't like Pete Davidson. I'm sorry. I hate that.
I get it. I don't like butthole face either. But I like that energy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You can't sit there and fucking send fucking. So what you feel? You can't sit there and send couple selfies to a nigga, but then fucking have your girl try and speak for you because niggas call you sick. No, she did it on her own.
Nah, you a comedian, dog.
Hold on, but you just added like a whole nother reason to why.
No, I'm so like just get a break.
What if Mac was the one tweeting? What if he was tweeting butthole face?
He went. That's some wild shit. You got
butthole eyes.
All right, so let's swap Mac. Let's swap Mac for Big Sean. If he was doing that to Big Sean, would we say the same thing?
Well, he wouldn't do that to Big Sean.
If he did.
Big Sean is
If he did,
probably about
I was still
20 pounds lighter than fucking Mac Miller.
I was still calling
Easily.
corny.
Why?
I just don't like that. I just don't like that. You know what I'm saying? If any nigga was to do that, I just think that's corny. I don't know.
So-
That's just me personally. I wouldn't like. Okay, keep texting my girl. You know what I'm saying? I would be looking at the text message,
No, you ain't
laughing
texting
at
my
it with
girl.
her.
Yeah, nah. I just,
I'm sending you the dick pic.
I'm not.
You gonna text my girl? You gonna get the dick
I
pic?
would do that. Pause. I would do that.
But that's what But
Instead
that's
of-
pretty much what they said. That's what they pretty much
I
said.
would
He
do
sent
that.
back intimate pictures, which was the dick
Like,
pic.
hey,
It wasn't
penis-
intimate pictures
my
of just
penis
Ariana.
is
It was
in
him.
or around her mouth and vagina.
Yeah. So hey,
So it's
Bingo,
over. She's
checkmate.
past it.
guess what? Little pasty dick in her.
I'll leave this here.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, yeah,
I'll make myself sound crazy. I hate that nigga. Oh my god.
Listen, let's just leave it at that. I don't like it because
I hate
I'm
that
good with you saying. Listen, I don't like it from him.
Yeah, you're right.
That's fine.
You're right.
If it was Big Sean texting
Big Sean would
Mac
have made
Miller,
a song, like a little subtle song, and I would
yeah,
have been fine with it. It would have been a bop.
I hit it, he hit it.
Punchy in your buddy hole. I don't know.
You butthole facety.
Yo, XXI giggity giggit.
I Snapchat my diggity diggity to Mac miggity miggity.
Yo, girl, I be wittity with it. Yo, Big Sean got away with murder, man.
Listen, Drake stole his style, came after him, and then got fucking Pusher. That shit is wild. Like, yo, he's like, I'm a diss Big Sean, and then Pusher came after you. That shit is wild.
No, real. They like
You got sides.
Yeah, it's like, yo, what are you doing? Whoa. What did I do to you? Like,
no,
I
bro,
don't
that's
like
how,
you.
that was a culmination of Drake fans. They're just used to not seeing, like, you know what I'm saying? It's
They're
like
losing.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the same thing with M fans.
Right. It's like you in the street with your dad, and your dad get into a fight, and you see your dad get beat. You know what I'm saying? That's how they look at Drake right now. Because all Pusha, like I said, Pusha's from a different era.
They were
Like,
still defending. Like, I went
Yeah.
into 40's mentions, and they were defending him. Like, dude, he pillow talk.
he's a fucking liar. Okay, so how do you know Drake is telling the truth?
Oh, so that they were shitting on 40.
They were sitting on Pusher.
On Pusha.
It was like, yo, we know Pusher's lying. He could be making this
All
up.
right, I was thinking that though. How do we know this is true?
Because Pusha
Because
hasn't told a lie yet.
let me tell you. Okay, that's
And
one
he
thing.
carries receipts.
That's one thing. Like, them niggas been selling. Listen, when malicious, basically no malice, said that, he was like, yo, when he sold crack to his own family, and he was like, that's when I knew I ain't shit. That was the first album. He said it about himself.
He did.
That
Yeah.
self-reflection knew they wasn't lying. You
I
know what
think I
I'm
had to
saying?
go
That
find
reflection was
God.
like, and that's when
Yeah.
I knew that I ain't shit. He talked about himself. They were calling themselves fucking bastards for what they were doing from their first album.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? So what do they need to lie about a fucking singer that raps half the time?
Yeah, the thing with Pusha.
What's the point? What's lying on Drake going to do for them? For Pusha.
Like, Pusha's been saying things about those guys for years and nobody's been listening, but a lot of this shit's now coming to the light.
Well, I think that's right there.
And so then we're going to talk about the female aspect of the hip-hop game.
Okay.
So when this first came out, that, you know, Drake had a child. If you recall, and you go back to that Joe Budden episode, it didn't seem like it was a surprise to them. Mm-hmm. And that's why.
Yeah, like they
and that's why
said- they
Pusha
mentioned
said that.
there was, like,
He said
rumors
you
and shit.
knew right away because there was already rumors. So this been floating around the industry inside for a while that, you know, Drake had this baby with this so-called lady. That lady, before she locked her page up and deleted it and all that shit, I actually went on her page and was like following her for a little bit. She was fucking with ASAP Rocky. She was fucking with
I remember, yeah.
with young what's his name? Nas. A lot of the ASAP group, and it was like circles. Joe Budden also said she was at a pool party of his. Mm-hmm. So she's been in the States in and out. So that seemed plausible. So then when you talk about the groupies, if you talk about the
If
the
Drake's
way-
hanging out with a groupie, I'm sure 40's hanging out with groupies. I'm sure
Exactly.
everyone else in the posse is hanging out with groupies.
Exactly. And then you think about just like, so you take them out the equation and you say, look, how do groupies move in the industry? You think about how Lil Wayne ended up having the same. Yeah, Corinne Steffens, Lil Wayne having a baby with Dreams Girl. You know, like, they all fucking the same. They all fucking the same bitch. You had somebody like Fabulous fucked Amber Rose before Kanye was with Amber
Black
Rose.
China.
Joe Budden fucked. Joe Budden probably fucked
Samaya
all his
Reese.
hoes.
Yeah, Samaya
Joe Budden
Reese,
fucked
yeah.
half the industry before they. You know, Joe Budden was the hottest thing going. Him and Fab done half the industry before they actually. New York niggas is the wildest. Joe, Fabulous, and And French Montana probably fucked most of the groupies in hip hop.
Montana.
And Ja Rule. And Irv Gotti.
Shaq.
and Hov. And unfortunately Hov.
And Bill Maher.
and Bill Maher. And Bill Maher for some reason. But anyway, so you had these guys who openly was like already having these, like, these groupies are the same ones. They're getting into parties. They're the same ones that you see in the videos. They're the same ones that you see in, you know, the circles. So once you take that equation and then you apply it to Drake's situation and the way Drake is moving, it seemed plausible. And then you hear what, so you fast forward to basically what Pusha said this week. It makes sense. Mm-hmm. And then when he said, and that's what I'm saying, everybody took the whole 40 did this out of, you know, they
that's
took
all
that
they focused on.
They focused on. They didn't focus on that he was disgruntled. Nope. They didn't focus on that this woman obviously doesn't care for 40.
Yo, 5 to 6 hours talking to he was talking to his bitch.
And the fact that he said straight up, he was like, I wouldn't think this woman would want to be with him.
Yeah,
so
that was tough. That was like
nobody wants to fuck the engineer.
With MS,
right?
Yo, engineer's about to rise up in this bitch. Watch, yo. They're about to fucking support the nigga union. Watch, yo. Watch, yo.
So with all that said, why would it?
Ooh, can I give a hot take?
Go ahead.
Can we assume that episode of Atlanta with Clark County where they beat up the engineer? Can we assume?
Oh, was that Drake?
Can we assume?
I thought that was Chance.
Childish Montana. No, but that experience. Childish Gambino said was based off a true experience. I don't think that experience is happening with Chance. I mean, even though Clark County is Chance.
No, I thought that was okay. That's why I thought that was like something that Chance did to somebody.
Clark County is a parody of Chance, but I'm talking about this particular
situation.
Can we assume that maybe it was 40? You don't think 40 gets beat up in OVO?
I don't.
You don't think Chubb smacks around 40?
Yo, sick ass.
If he is, all right, yo, if that's the case, then Drake is a fucking psychopath, yo. That nigga, because then that puts a lot of shit in perspective to sort of control that he has over motherfuckers in OVO, trying to claim
40
shit.
might be scared of Drake.
Fuck, yo.
Hello, Mr. Kidman.
Audrey, call me Drake.
Yo, how's that transition going, bitch?
You always fucking shit up.
Slower tempo, nigga.
It's fucked up, man.
he's like clapping and he's like, yo, do we have to really, like, he was like, yo, you guys might want to leave the room.
Yo, the nigga said, hey, y'all better go home.
40 fucked up. They beat the shit out of 40 over fucking
he's like, yo, listen, 40, I would never put hands on you. But I ain't the only person with hands in this world. Yo, no, fuck that. That was definitely 40 he was talking about.
Oh, shit.
Nah, man, I don't believe it. But that goes to show you, like, the engineers know a lot. Mm-hmm. They're there with the groupies. They're there with you all the time. You're recording. You got the studio sessions going. They know who wrote the records, who didn't write the records, who really did the work, who produced everything. It's just like Dr. Dre knowing all that shit against, you know, Suge Knight. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know, like, I'm sure Young Guru probably knows the most about Jay-Z other than Beyonce.
Facts. He know the real bad.
Yo, was this...
Exactly. I guarantee he does. I guarantee he does. Easily. He's like, yes, not late.
Was this Push's like dog whistle to all the rappers out there? Be like, yo, get this nigga.
No, because at the same time, you can be God, and that was what I also took from him too. He was like, yo, I had a person that he's like, I did albums with from my first album back in the early 2000s that they were willing to pay $100,000 for, and she was like actively trying to get information. They was playing the little sound bites from their.
That was crazy.
Lucky he had another loyal nigga in the camp that
was
recorded
like,
it.
Yeah.
No, that's
because
the thing.
That
wasn't his nigga. That was actually the ops. Like the ops hit up Pusha's like because they just cut from the same cloth, and he'll push up on some real G shit like yo. Nigga, this some snakes in your camp. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, lucky he had that because that woman was actively, and that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of niggas, and the problem is with females, and I don't want to have a female this week, but they are the recipients of a lot of niggas pillow talking. Because a nigga always is supposed to be tough. You know what I'm saying? We always think of like dudes are supposed to be tough. We hide all this information. We supposed to be holding it down for somebody. But
you gotta have
women,
somebody to.
But women are usually the ones that are recipient of getting all that information. Like, yo, I was with this nigga Drake today. That nigga's wildin', man. Like, we just came from London. This nigga got a baby. Like, can you imagine telling some fucking groupie that shit? That's 40's a wild nigga, yo.
I was like, when
5 hours a day.
That's what I'm saying, but there had to have been more. Like, I mean, he really must have.
That means Pusha has some shit.
Yeah.
That was just a tip.
like that Braun I had that long time ago.
Like, that's what I'm saying. So Braun seemed like he had some investment in like trying to hold down Drake.
Yeah,
because Pusha probably knows some shit about Braun.
Probably.
It's like, nigga, I got some shit for you too, nigga. You big 7 foot nigga. You big Kyle Kuzma looking nigga.
See, but I feel like because LeBron is rich, he'll be able to deal with that. He's a different type of rich.
Obviously, Pusha's like, he's not afraid of the money. He's like, yo, they were paying $100 grand. Like, how much you willing to pay to protect your secrets? I'm not.
I feel like Pusha still has a weak spot though.
Everybody does. They just not tapped into the right one.
Yeah, hopefully
I think Pusha's weak spot is Kanye.
No,
they kind of caught him slipping with the Kanye.
I think I'm starting to think. I think he is, yo. I think Kanye.
No, I think I think Kanye's everybody's weak spot. Like, Kanye is so talented. He's like the Michael Jackson. He's the Prince. And I always said that. I've been saying this from like the beginning of the episode. Kanye's our Michael Jackson, our Prince.
Yeah.
We're living in it, and so we don't appreciate the same. But he is.
No, he is. No, I agree. I've said
and all
I felt
his
that way
fucked
for a while.
upness, and he's been slipping the last couple of years. But Prince slipped too, and so did Michael.
Yeah.
So it happened.
Michael slipped
That was
back.
my argument to you guys when you was like, yo, I just don't get. I was like, dog, that's fucking Kanye, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, we get it, but it doesn't mean I have to fuck with him. I feel the same way about R. Kelly. R. Kelly's one of the most talented people in music history. He's just a fucked up individual.
He likes to pee on little girls.
Yeah, exactly. So, but
still doesn't equate to wearing a red hat.
So when you're around that genius,
no, let's not get into it. Just let him finish.
So when you're around that genius, like somebody like Pusha who sees it firsthand, it's hard to be like, nah, I'm not going to fucking put the nail in the coffin on this nigga though. You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga is. He's the
blessed.
Yeah, he's the one. He is the fucking, he's the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is the one. That's the chosen one. You can see it. You can see him work. When Kanye's hitting on all cylinders, there's nobody better.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as
he's really focused,
talent, but he hasn't been focused for a long time. Pablo wasn't it. The whole album, Yeezus was it.
Pablo deserves so much more credit. I'm sorry, but that's for another.
Pablo is okay. But it's
Pablo
not
didn't do anything for me.
You know why? Because it's not a focused album. They said one thing, like, even if you listen to, like, Bill Simmons, Kanye would get focused, and he would work on an album. He would work on one song for months.
All of the 8 months, they said?
He's doing fucking songs. He's doing albums in a week.
You're right.
And you said that when that first was announced, you were like, the production on this shit's going to be bad.
Yeah, it's like, you can listen to Pablo and say, like, he did the whole you tell me, like, that don't get credit. He took songs from Chance. He took songs from Designer. He didn't do anything to those songs.
He had songs that was like 2 or 3 years in the works. Like the song what was it? The song he did with Kendrick. Like, that song's from like 2012.
But how many of those songs he had on that? That's not a complete album like that. He would do complete albums of like, yo, I worked hard. This is my blood, sweat,
how long
tears
did it
on my
take him?
life.
Like, how long did it take him? Like, how long did he take him to do?
He was in like.
What was the song with Chris Brown? Waves.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to keep remaking Waves.
He made what's the other one? Wolves again too. He made that, but he was doing that like just working. Yeah, he was doing it like working art. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was doing vocals as it was. Like, Kanye is just he's bizarre now. He's just doing shit to be doing it. He's not taking his time and focused on the music before he put it out.
That's valid.
He's doing, like, if you're fixing songs after they're out and then re-uploading it, it goes to show you're not focused. Like, he reloaded, Father Reach His Hands. There's 2 or 3 different versions of that.
Shit, I didn't know that.
No, you're right. It's different Simpson, like.
Yeah. He has he has females in it. And Kanye is all over the place. And you know what I'm saying? So, like, he's obviously slipping in his actual, like, I would say his consistency. It's not like his genius is not there. I think if he focuses, somebody just say, yo, we're going to take our time with this, and you can come back and listen to this in 6 months. I guarantee if he listens to, like, whatever Ye, the album that came out in June.
Yeah. If he didn't just drop it on immediately. If he would have let that, like,
3
sit
years
on
from now,
it.
if you try to listen to it, he's like, what the fuck?
So what was that? Who was I? Who was this?
Yeah, he'll do, like, half of those songs over if he hasn't done them already. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I wouldn't let Mike Dean fucking engineer on my albums. I mean, Mike Dean has not been
Well,
engineering
he
any
engineers
of.
all of Travis Scott's albums.
I think that's different. I think they have a different connection. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, him and Travis Scott have something else working on. But the shit that he's been doing with Kanye for the last 2 years or the last 3 albums have not been sounding the same when he was doing it when it was just Rockefeller people. You know what I'm saying? Like, let Guru do them. Let somebody else do them, man, because his shit ain't sounding the same. You know what I'm saying? But I can understand that whole shit. Like, there's a blind side for maybe Pusha with Kanye. Maybe. A small glimpse. But I think it's because he respects him. I don't think it's because he's just...
Like, there's an actual, like,
think-
because he
clearly
fucked up or
doesn't
slipped
agree
up
with
or
him. It's
anything.
just-
Yeah, exactly. I think he does.
Kanye.
Yeah.
I think he's like, yo, that's my dumbass brother. That I keep telling him he's a dumb fuck, and I keep cleaning up his mess, but I love him.
Yeah. Like, Kanye is now the cousin you can't leave in a house by himself because he might steal shit.
No, it's the cousin that might fucking set the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not worried about him stealing shit. I'm worried
Right, you
about
come
him,
home and
yeah.
there's, like, cops everywhere.
Yeah. Me not having a home when I get back.
Noodles.
Leave an empty
paper
fucking...
With
Leave an
aluminum
empty
foil.
pots on the stove.
Microwave and aluminum foil. What?
What the fuck, Kanye?
yeah, Kanye's on some other shit, yo. I love Kanye, but I think he's just out there, man.
All right.
So what are we doing with pillow talking? What do you think? Is it acceptable yet? It's never been acceptable in my world.
I think only when you know that you're in a
Talk with your
committed, yeah, and even that is still like like you got to be like I don't tell my wife everything just because I don't have shit to hide, but like I don't talk shit about like my friends just because I don't care.
Yeah.
Part of it,
I
like
personally prefer not just women, but like my friends in general. Like I don't ask none of you guys about what you guys got going on at home. Cause
Yeah.
I generally don't care. Like you know what I'm saying.
Well, I don't.
Not to say I don't care about like your
Yeah, but
people's-
you're not invested, and also I don't like sharing people's shit because I don't like people
Yeah.
sharing my shit. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? So
My
it's like
point exactly.
I
I'm
not.
prefer people don't tell me anything. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Plausible deniability.
I was on the kick for a while. I was like, don't talk about it when I'm not around. Like, just don't. Like, I don't exist. Because I don't know. I'm insecure about shit like that. Like, I just don't want people fucking knowing. I don't even like having to check in with motherfuckers on where I'm at right now. My wife always texts me, and I get into a lot of shit. But she'll be texting me, what are you doing? And I just won't answer. And that's fucked up to do. I know. But I just like my privacy. And I respect that for other people, so.
The only thing personal I talk about is shit. If it has nothing to do with me, I'm not gonna talk about
Yeah.
it. And I don't believe in talking about somebody in a way that I wouldn't say when they're not around. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they would. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say something about somebody that I wouldn't say when they're around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just me.
But like I said, if if you don't have anybody to talk to and shit bothering you, I guess I don't know. Get a counselor, get a therapist.
Go get some dick. You know what I'm saying? Go get some pussy.
know.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like
You just got to be careful.
that's the reason why
you
niggas talk because they have nothing like better to do. You know what I'm saying? They need some type of validation to feel important.
I think that's part of it. I think there's a
Niggas talk for the attention of females.
Yeah.
So somebody like 40 was in that point, like this female. I mean, according to Pusha, we don't know the female, but he clearly said like it doesn't seem like she was into him.
Somebody said it was his nurse.
She wasn't into him.
yo.
Niggas talking to the phlebotomist.
It wasn't me.
Maybe 40 is the type of dude to bust a nut and just lay it.
But I'm saying, what's his outlet?
That's what I'm saying. Who's
Drake
he
has
got?
the music. He's just engineering it. What's
Like
his
it's
outlet?
not like can 40 go and talk to his mom about
Get a
it?
burner account, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Like the rest of these NBA players.
Yeah, like Kevin Durant. Get a burner
Yeah,
like
but does that
everybody
really
else.
work though? Because we know that these motherfuckers have burner accounts.
Everybody has one
Now,
now.
That's what I'm saying.
Only because Kevin Durant told us.
He ruined it for everybody.
Like the GMs for the teams have it. Like everybody has them now. It's just crazy.
Listen, man, I'm Kevin.
I mean, I love Kevin Durant. Kevin, is this you? Who's Kevin?
Yo, I would make like a bullshit account on Fortnite and just fucking go and just splurge. If I was 40, that's how you get your shit out. Go in there fucking with not knowing.
But I mean, I'm serious. Like there was some disgruntledness, and he's not happy with the way he's treated over in OVO. Like, how does he get this out? Obviously, he can't.
I'm telling you, bro.
He must
He's
the
engineer that gets slapped
listen,
around. I'm telling
all right,
you, bro.
this is the fucked up part. Listen, at something, I'm assuming he must have thought that there was more to that relationship. What was going on? I'm assuming
Whose relationship?
that 40 had with whoever this female is.
Absolutely.
He thought
Yeah,
it was
he was
more
gassed.
to it,
He was definitely gassed.
but that shit happens a lot too, though. So I don't.
He's probably the Tyrion Lannister of OVO. I'm the Tyrion Lannister of my own family. Niggas mad that I went and started working for Daenerys and shit. Yo.
I don't know, man. I do kind of feel bad for 40 on this.
Nah.
And I think me feeling bad is kind of fucked up because I feel bad because he has
It's
that.
casualties of war. It's casualties of war, bro.
I guess.
Did you always feel bad?
What?
Well, the situation when you first heard it, did you feel bad?
When I first heard about it, when Pusha said it,
yeah,
because I was like, he's putting this out there to the world. Like, man, niggas are listening to it.
And he said that too. Like, I don't think people picked up on that too. He's like, I want him to know.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't from the guy that you think is from. It's from your own man.
Yeah. Like I said, listen,
he's doing it to cut. He's
and I feel like from like I don't know much about this whole. I don't know all the details, and I don't but it just seems like I haven't. 40 hasn't seemed like he's really been like actively involved in this beef. Like he's just kind of been, you know.
To me, it's just a casualty of war. Because like
no, I understand that.
To Drake, listen, Drake, you go on HBO with LeBron James and try to shame Pusha for talking about your man with MS. What better way to respond to that by saying, "Listen, it was your own, the guy that you're ready to punch me over the face for is the guy I'm getting the information from." Like I didn't think there was a more appropriate and like. Ironic, response.
No, I don't know. I think 40 was using this. I do kind of feel bad for 40. I think I just.
That's what I'm saying. So
I feel like he was used in this whole scenario, whether he knew, whether he intentionally did it or
about Drake saying like he's like, yo, you see my interview? I think I was gonna punch him in the face for you. I think 40 was like, oh man, you didn't really have to do that. You know that.
Good, bro. I mean, I appreciate the gesture.
Like he knew. He was like, no.
Man,
you gotta consult with me with
why'd you open that can of worms for me, man?
You know what I'm saying? You gotta CC me on that email, dog.
I don't even believe in this rap. He's like, yo, I got you. You my mans. I love you. You know I'll do anything for you, right, 40? And then all of a sudden the Jerry Seinfeld music come on.
Curving through that. Oh man!
Like he knew that. He knew like, yo, I fucked up royally. Yo, I mean, like, but at the end of the day, $100,000 is not worth selling your man's up the river.
No, it's really not. That's.
That shit gonna last you what 8 months?
Yeah,
8 if that.
Because here's the thing: most likely, I feel like if you're willing to do that, once you deposit that check, there's gonna be a lot of fucking red flags that are gonna come up. Like, wait.
Oh no, you definitely signed.
Like, wait a minute.
That is like signing a deal with the devil.
Yeah,
$100,000 to sell information for what? A rap nigga? I think it's more attractive when you hold it down.
Yes, I got so many likes off that.
Oh shit.
Anyway, so that's it, man. I mean, anything else? That was the major thing.
Gonna go see Halloween tomorrow. That shit look crazy.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. This is like their 4th reboot in the Halloween franchise.
Yeah, and with the same damn people.
This seemed very definitive. Though.
I seen them dancing, so I didn't think that was gonna be great.
I'm sure in a couple years they're gonna reboot it again.
Nah, I don't think this one like this one's getting making strong noise. Like
they reboot everything.
It's
been
rebooted 4 times already.
I'm talking about this movie specifically. They're actually hailing like, yo, this is a great piece of work. Like,
you know what's weird? I find for this. I mean, obviously the Halloween season is coming to an end, and this
quickly.
This is pretty late for a movie to come out for Halloween season. Usually it come out in September. Because it came out last year during.
Yeah, but I think for this movie, I think it was intentional. They wanted it to come out closer to. Just, I'm assuming.
I find it weird that this is the first year we don't have, I would say, a superhero / fantasy movie in a while.
Around this,
going into Christmas, you don't have it. You don't have a Thor. You don't have a Justice League.
You mean around right now? Wars. We had Venom.
Yeah.
I don't think that was strong to carry us into the Christmas season. That wasn't really That wasn't fourth quarter stuff. Then that was the beginning of the fourth quarter, but it's not a fourth quarter.
Into the webs, the animated genre.
The 21st
of November.
December.
Oh, December.
In the movies.
Yeah.
I thought it was for some reason I thought that was straight.
That's a
Same
great
day
movie to
as,
drop. during
Yeah,
Christmas.
actually, yeah. I
That
mean,
is
you'll get a lot of people to go. You'll get kids. You'll get.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll get everyone that's going out to see the Marvel movies to see that shit.
I hope so.
I hope that shit does good, man. 'Cause I'm excited for it, man.
Same day as Aquaman.
I'm gonna see Aquaman.
That is coming out in the fourth quarter. I give it that.
I think, I think
I don't
Aquaman's
think
gonna do
they
good.
haven't been promoting
When
it
is
well
Wonder
because
Woman
I
coming out?
forgot about it.
Aquaman.
Oh, Wonder Woman's
I-
I think they're doing that intentionally. They dropped that 5 minute They dropped that 5 minute trailer a couple weeks ago.
Trailer something.
And you probably for the better. I'm starting to feel that way.
Yeah, I
with a
still
lot of shit
haven't
now.
watched the Aquaman. I just had no faith in it.
Don't. But I just feel like what they have, they did this 5 minute trailer. I think just to kind of flex a little bit, like, yo, we are working on something because they got that motherfucker James Wan working on it.
Yep.
And I don't think they're showing much afterwards. I think DC is starting to learn their lessons with showing less.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
DC ain't learning
Didn't
no
James
lesson.
Wan do Hulk? No, that's Ann Lee.
Yeah. James Wan did
That was so racist. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That was very racist.
He did I think James Wan
The Conjuring
the
series.
Conjuring movies, some of the Fast and Furious
Fast
and things.
Furious, yeah.
He's building a rep for him right now. So I mean, I'm gonna fuck with it when it comes out.
I was just telling you, there's a lot of movies I'm gonna watch over the
Creed
weekend.
2 comes out in a couple weeks, I think.
In November, I believe.
Yeah, November 21st.
No, this week.
Something like that.
This weekend is heavy. I'm gonna see. I still gotta see A Star Is Born. I'm gonna see First Man. I'm gonna see 90s Kids. I think that comes out this weekend.
And this is the third reboot for A Star Is Born.
Yeah, I didn't know. I thought there was only 2 other ones. Yeah.
The third.
Yeah, there was the Barbra Streisand one, and then there was one before that.
Before that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The third one.
Yeah. Since did you guys
Halloween,
listen?
of course.
Did you guys listen to T.I.'s album?
No.
Yes.
You did.
I like it.
I did too.
Yeah.
I could do without all the Dave Chappelle.
I seen him perform. Perform like 2 songs at the Hip Hop Awards. He was wearing like a I was tuned out.
Did you
The
guys?
Hip Hop Awards was trash.
You know what was trash?
And all the freestyles.
Yes.
All of them.
Yeah, they were.
Every last
Every
one
last
except for
one.
Nick Grant. Shout out to Nick Grant, though. He built it.
Nick
He was
Grant.
the only one that was, prepared.
Is he the one who did it with Vic Vincent?
G Herbo wasn't that bad.
I like
he was the front of the first group.
I like Taylor Bennett's.
You like
Taylor
G-Herbo.
Bennett. If
G
Taylor
Herbo
Bennett
never raps
hold
on
on.
beat.
But that's his
No, he
thing,
doesn't.
though. That's his thing.
Is Taylor Bennett related to Chance?
Yeah, it's
That's
his
his brother. Younger
Holy
Yeah.
shit!
He
Okay.
looks insane.
Because I was just
And he
thinking, I was
raps
like,
the same way.
I was just like, all Chicago niggas look like this. Like,
No,
is
that's
he
Chance's
crazy?
brother.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Wow.
I was
If
just
they
like,
didn't put his name there, everybody's like, yo, Chance got a freestyle? That was Chance's brother.
Yeah, his last name. He goes
He
by his
wasn't-
name.
he
Taylor
wasn't that good
Bennett,
either.
all right.
No, I like Taylor's
like
freestyle. Yeah,
I thought it was.
dope.
That was the first time I ever heard him. Did you see Lil Wayne's
And the dude
speech?
from Philly. No.
So
turned it off.
so Lil
I
Wayne
was
gave
watching basketball.
Lil Wayne gave a speech, and it was a cool speech. It really was. Like, he was super
Well, everybody
appreciative.
in there is his son.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, Busta Rhymes just stood up for the entire fucking
Well,
speech.
that's Wayne.
Yeah, but there was motherfuckers he's a big dude. We all know that, right? He's big.
he's a big man.
There were motherfuckers behind him who couldn't see it.
Yo,
And,
ain't
you
nobody
could
fucking
see
with-
them. They were just
But ain't nobody fucking with Busta.
I know, but then all
Tell
his people,
Buster's he's
you can't-
Jamaican too. He's 100% Jamaican.
and then all his people's kept getting out. I was like, that's fucked up, yo. Like,
Imagine
niggas
somebody
can't see
saying
right
something
now.
to Buster.
Ain't saying shit.
My thing about Wayne's
Goddamn
speech,
thing to Buster.
my thing about Wayne's speech, it was just very anticlimactic because he told this whole story, which pretty much led to him talking about the cop that saved his life.
Did he give him the job?
That's
He
what I know.
didn't
never
make it
answered
clear.
that.
I thought he was going to bring him out.
Yeah,
I was like, all right, where we go?
Like, this is the guy who saved my life. You know what I'm saying?
Kanye
You know what I'm
shit.
saying? He's now my tour manager. We didn't get none of that. You know what I'm saying?
I still think it was. I thought I really.
It was a work.
It was, but it was a good work.
Yeah, that guy's-
For everything
yeah,
that's going on right now, he
That's
seemed
why,
like.
fucked
see the
up.
stairs. She's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's fucked up. He's like, yo, he has no legs now and shit. And all he asked for was a job. I said, that's fucked up. That nigga's still probably being a greeter at Walmart or something. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Wayne.
I think Wayne's doing his background check, so he didn't want to commit to it yet.
Wayne's crazy.
So is that it?
Yeah, I mean, unless you got some more shit.
Oh, no, I'm done. I got it over. NBA season starting. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. NBA season started. BT Awards were not good at all. The performances or.
When were they last good though?
I ain't like none of the performances.
No,
I'll just put it out there like that. I was thinking about it.
Not for me.
I didn't even like. I mean, shout out to Party and Cardi B. Yeah, shout out to
That was
them.
probably the best one, but that looked like a music video.
Yeah,
Well,
it
they
was
weren't there. It wasn't
recorded.
live.
It was
It wasn't
obviously
live.
recorded before because it was recorded
So
at
they
Club
weren't
Live.
at the BT.
No.
It was recorded at Club Live.
Club Live.
And that was and BT. I mean, the awards is obviously like recorded 2 weeks ago.
So they edited
Everybody
the shit out of it.
The problem with doing predated anything in the social media area is crazy.
Because people are gonna fucking.
Because the rap artists cannot stop from posting that they're there together.
Yeah.
So we all knew that the BET Awards happened 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
We were just waiting for it to release. We all knew the freestyle was there because everybody was already shitting on Vic Mensa months ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like...
And then when the fucking show was going on, you got the niggas, like, Snapchatting the shit from their living room with their daughters.
So everybody had the jokes ready. It's just like getting the comedians ready to, like, yeah, we about to clown you tonight, dogs.
Giving, like, a year to prepare.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought it was weird that we, I don't know. I BET is trash, man. I think I tweeted that too. That was like the top 5.
They was making strides too with their presentation, like the BET Awards. They was making strides.
I think they should stick to the BET Awards and get rid of the Hip Hop Awards.
Yeah,
I thought it was a good idea at first, but they just can't execute.
Like even like the arena, like where they were set up, it looked like an auditorium.
It was
with just regular seats,
like a school, like a kid's school or some shit like that. So, no, that's it. Unless you guys have anything else to add.
Oh,
no.
Poopity scoop.
Poopity scoop. Yeah, the fact that Kanye trolled him on that.
Yo, I was gonna say he got Drake. I was saying we gotta give credit.
He was
due sometimes.
Kanye was up like by 20 by that. He came up with 5 albums. Poopity scooped them.
But like people were, I mean, I'm not gonna talk to people. I was fucking with Poopities. I was fucking with that shit. That shit.
Too.
Like, I was like, yo, I want to hear more. I want more.
Poopity scoop is nasty, man. No. Actually, I was playing it for my wife in the car, and it was like, you know, we was traveling last weekend, and I was just like, this is the shit that Kanye did the fucking song day. He gave this beat to Drake, which is not a great beat at all to begin with. And then turned around and farted and poopity all over it. Like, yo, Kanye's a fucked up nigga. Yo, Kanye's he's a low life. He's dark really inside. Like, I mean, the guy came out with a freestyle saying that he will fuck all his wife's sisters. I mean, we're talking about that guy.
And then had the nerve, okay.
And had the nerve to say it's different when I do it. And get mad that people talk about they're going to fuck your wife. But you're okay with saying that you're going to fuck your wife's sisters?
Yeah, I guess so, because he's on a different level.
Because he's Kanye West.
Yeah, I guess.
He's poopity scoop.
Scoop.
Yeah. Drake was like, whatever. He's like, I took it on the chin. But the guy just kept coming after me. He's a fucked up nigga.
What did I do to him?
Yeah, that's so wild.
This is not up for debate. This is not up for debate.